of the National Football League.
Welcome back to the Metrodome. We are joined on the sidelines by Pam Oliver, who's with Bucs head coach Tony Dungy. Pam.
All right, thanks a lot, Sam. Tony, new season, big expectations for the Bucs. What are the keys for the game on both sides of the ball for your team?
Well, I think offensively we have to run the ball well to try to take this crowd out of the game, and then defensively we can't give up a big play.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. Let's go back upstairs to Sam.
Tony Dungy 2-2 against the Minnesota Vikings since becoming head coach of the Buccaneers. The kickoff from Michael Husted of Tampa Bay. David Palmer, number 22. Mo Williams, number 21, deep for the Vikings. And we're underway in 1998. Mo Williams at the 10. Dancing, couldn't find an opening, forced back and thrown down by Rondé Barber around the 20-yard line. And the Vikings go on offense. Brad Johnson back at quarterback. He was rolling along last season when he was injured early in December, had the off-season neck surgery. But he is back and healthy, and he's got a great offensive line. Randall McDaniel, the left guard, 9-time Pro Bowler. In the backfield, Robert Smith rushed for over 1,200 yards last season. Chris Carter, 4th all-time in touchdown receptions. Robert Smith, not much. Good job inside by the Bucs defense. Jeff Gooch, number 50, came up. Brad Culpepper, number 77, with the initial hit. And the Bucs with an outstanding defensive season. Number 1 in the NFC. Have Warren Sapp in the middle, All-Pro last year. Chidi Ahanotu had 10 sacks. And they're expecting a big year from Reagan Upshaw. The very fast linebacker crew. And the deep backs, John Lynch is the big hitter. 3 wides in for Minnesota. Randy Moss makes his debut. Robert Smith carries, big hole. Across the 35. Brad Culpepper chased him down. But that's what the Vikes want to do, Jerry. Run out of that 3-wide set.
Well, what happened is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are trying to play cover 2. Both safeties are all the way in the back. You cannot stop this running attack till you bring a safety up. You can see Lynch almost 12 yards, 14 yards deep.
14-yard pickup. 3 wides remain in for Minnesota with Randy Moss out wide to the left and Chris Carter in the slot. Johnson's first pass of the season. Plenty of time. Finds a man, and it's loose. Randy Moss, did he hold on? The Bucs think they took it away.
Looks like a Tampa Bay ball here.
Anthony Parker was the man on the play. Now the officials discuss it. It popped loose. They were wrestling for the ball on the way down. Johnny Greer is the referee. And it's a Minnesota first down. It's a reception for Randy Moss. Looked like both players had a piece of the ball, Jerry.
Well, I think before the play was over, each player did have the football. Watch how the ball gets juggled. There's the ball's juggled, then it's on the hip. And it looks like Anthony Parker pulled it off his hip. Looks like Parker, the ball is being juggled right now. And if both players catch the ball, it's the offense's ball. If it's a tie, the offense gets the reception.
Robert Smith on first down gets about a yard on the play.
Well, guess what, Sam? 47, John Lynch did not stay too deep. He came running down before the snap and made that tackle. That's the only way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be able to stop this running game. They're going to have to build the 8-man front.
Tony Dungy says his team's got to be patient. They know they'll give up some yards, but they get tough in the red zone. Right now, Minnesota's been moving the ball pretty well. 3 wides remain in there. Robert Smith breaks a tackle and is tripped up by Derrick Brooks just across midfield.
When you stand there on the 50-yard line and you watch Robert Smith, every play is exciting because of the feet and the quickness. Watch how quickly he moves. And every time, then you see the blitz out of the backfield, blitz out of the secondary. Anthony Parker was in the blitz, so they're coming after the Vikings to stop the run.
On 3rd and long, David Palmer comes in, and he's in the slot out to the left side. The lone setback is Leroy Horde. That's Palmer in motion. Johnson with time to Palmer. Flag comes down. It's good enough for a first down. The flag came in. Derrick Brooks on the tackle.
Offensive pushing off.
Pass interference.
Maybe Palmer pushed off. I didn't see it. They'll use Palmer in the backfield, but he can play like a wide receiver. He can come out and play in space. Oh, yeah, there's the push and shove.
Jake Reed, the man.
Jake Reed, without question.
Number 86, offense. Still third down.
Nice job by the officials seeing the shield or pick, pushing off, letting Palmer be by himself in the flat.
One of the best in the business, the referee this afternoon, Johnny Greer.
Johnny Greer keeps the ball game going. You won't have much time to go out and get see the refrigerator. This game will be played fast at a fast pace, fast speed.
Early test for the Vikings.
4 wide receivers.
Yep. On 3rd and long, Johnson over the middle too high, deflected by Anthony Parker, falls incomplete. And so the Bucs defense stops the Vikings on their first series.
Well, Brad Johnson had to relearn how to throw, Sam. He told us yesterday that after the surgery, he didn't flick his wrist. This is a high ball by Brad Johnson, which you're not used to seeing. The ball's overthrown, but he had to watch film from a year ago and study how he flicked his wrist, because that's what he lost after the neck surgery.
Mitch Berger booms it high. Carl Williams waves for a fair catch and takes it around the 13-yard line. 11:03 to go in the first quarter. The Vikings punted away. A 45-yard punt for Mitch Berger. We'll be right back.
I love you forever.
Six yards of hunter green, 2 yards of gold, stick pins, heavy-duty thread, and some of those iron transfers.
Every day I give 100%. Because I have to. And because I want to. So far, it's been worth it.
Toyota Camry, the #1 selling car in America.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl.
From the Bowl of America into the Dome, and Trent Dilfer is getting set to take his team on offense. A lot of pressure on Trent Dilfer.
Probably unappreciated in his own hometown, but a very good quarterback.
Mike Allstott and Warwick Dunn in the backfield. It's Dave Moore, the tight end, resetting. And it's Warwick Dunn, the Rookie of the Year in the NFC last season, up to the 19-yard line. Take a look at the Bucs offense. Dilfer had a great year for him last season, his best as a pro. 21 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions, as his team went to the second round of the playoffs. The offensive line, Tony Mayberry, the big guy in the middle. Jerry Wunsch, second-year man out of Wisconsin, starting his first NFL game. Riddell Anthony and Bert Emanuel, the wideouts. Jacquez Green is inactive. Dilfer had trouble on the snap. It completes to the second tight end, Patrick Hape, number 82. Wayne Rudd in on the stop. Look at Jerry Ball, a big defensive tackle. Here's the Vikes defense. John Randall led the NFL in sacks with 15.5 last season. Wayne Clemens back at starter as Stellan Colonnay is out. Ed McDaniel, very important man in the middle. Dwayne Rudd, the playmaker. They expect him to be this season. Jimmy Hitchcock, new cornerback, came over from New England. Allstott and Neal in the backfield, the Rhino backfield. Lorenzo Neal, the fullback, the tailback, all stop, and he's brought down. And the fans love it. Jerry Ball made the stop, and Dwayne Rudd, he's been jumping up and down since pregame warm-ups, Joe.
He was ready to play yesterday. Now watch, Mike Allstott does not follow Neal. Neal goes wide, and you'll see Allstott did not follow him, tried to break it back inside because the Vikings had penetration. Good penetrating defensive line, great quickness.
Tommy Barnhart is deep to punt, high snap. Gets it away toward the sideline. David Palmer comes up. It bounces. It hit.
Not a good punt at all.
Bucs player, and it is down at the 44-yard line. We'll be set to go with the Vikings on offense when we come back.
Well, the good news, David, is that we got the pit. We'll come outside for it, but for some reason, I need your feet for it.
We'll just take some food.
So, let's talk to these guys before we're not live. Don't tell them we have
everyday people.
Every man has a mountain to climb.
Part of Siberia is he from anyway?
Krebs, what are you doing shooting?
Krebs, you're here to rebound. Just stay out of the way.
Krebs! Yo, coach, you gotta get this Krebs guy out of here. Krebs. K-R-E-B-S. I know how to spell. I'm from here. Man, you are terrible, terrible, terrible.
You want to get somewhere, then work it, then work it, then work it.
What mountain did you climb today? What beer was there at the top?
Buy you beer.
Okay, I have Coors Light. That's C-O-O-R-S.
Coors Light, Frost Brewed, Rocky Mountain Cold.
Need some ideas for your Labor Day weekend?
Let's drink!
Spend it in the 70s.
What is it with you young people in Colombo?
That 70s show tonight after The Simpsons on Fox.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Tony Dungy in his third year as head man of the Tampa Bay Bucs after 4 years as defensive coordinator under Denny Green here in Minnesota. Denny Green, the new look. He's lost 65 pounds.
And both coaches have a new extension on their contracts.
Very
Both
nice.
feeling pretty good.
Brad Johnson on first down from the 43. Swings it out to Charles Evans, the fullback. Breaks a tackle. Wrestled down inside the 45. Jeff Gooch, number 50, in on the tackle. Charles Evans, the sixth-year fullback.
And watch Evans. When all else fails, go to the screen. If you can't run and you can't throw deep, get yourself loosened up with a completion, a little short throw. And the way the Buccaneers run upfield with their defensive line, good play. Screen out to the flat.
First down, Vikings at the Bucs 43. Bucs in a nickel defense. 5 defensive backs in. Johnson on first down, fake, and looking to go deep. Way down for Randy Moss. And he's out of bounds. Moss had a hold up. You know, the Vikings quarterbacks can't out-throw Randy Moss.
He has so much speed that every long pass I see him going out for, I see him waiting for the football. He's underthrowing. Watch him go downfield, and they underthrow him. He's got him beat. Now they're waiting on the ball. And the best thing he does is make an adjustment to a bad throw. That's what I saw in the preseason.
Excellent receiver, had a terrific preseason. Second down, 3 wide still in. Robert Smith, the lone setback. Smith on second down. Not much of a hole, got a couple of yards before he was pulled down around the 40-yard line. Bring up a 3rd and long for the Vikings. As they unpile, Robert Smith rushed for over 1,200 yards last season. His healthiest. about 13 and a half games.
Watch Randall McDaniel. He's the all-pro pulling guard. Trying to lead up through the hole, and Robert Smith doing the right thing, following that big Randall McDaniel.
David Palmer in as the lone setback. 3 wide receivers for the Vikings.
Blitz, blitz. All safeties coming.
Here they come. Palmer picked up 1. Flags go down, and the play stops.
False start, number 22, offense. Simulating the start of a snap.
David Palmer, the man who moved, trying to pick up that blitz.
Well, I think he got nervous because they ran from deep. Deep safeties running down early, getting in their gaps. And Palmer he was assigned to block him. Watch these 2 safeties as they run down and make the blocking. There they come, and now the blocking back says, oh, I got one, I better go get him. And he moved too quick.
3rd and 13 from the Bucs 45. Palmer remains in as the lone setback. Everybody out. Johnson going deep left side for Jake Reed. And he ran into the defender, Charles Mincy. The flag goes down. And it looks to be against the Bucs.
Oh, I didn't think that was pass interference. I thought it was 2 people going for the football. Kind of surprised at this call.
And now another flag has gone down. 2 flags down on the field.
Mincy and Reed both going for the football, Sam. And I just don't know how they call this a penalty. I thought they were both trying to get to the football. Any pass interference was totally unintentional. And I think that's what they're discussing. They're asking, was he trying to go to the football? Was his head turned around?
Johnny Greer will fill us in.
We have multiple fouls on the play. Pass interference, number 22, defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 47, and number 55, defense, taking the helmet off. Both penalties will be enforced.
John Lynch and Derrick Brooks took the helmets off after the call.
Well, I think they saw this. Watch it. It's in your left-hand corner. Oh, boy, I don't know how you ever make that a call. That's a bad call, and that's why Lynch. Oh, I question that. I guess they feel Mincy is cutting him off, not allowing him to run through on his route, but Mincy's head was back, trying to make a play on the ball.
1st and goal at the 2 tight ends in there. The play fake from Johnson. He throws deep in the end zone, incomplete. Try to get it to Chris Carter. Donnie Abraham with good coverage on the play.
Well, you call it Donnie Abraham. You can't play any better defensive corner coverage than that in the end zone. Excellent job.
Brings up a 2nd and goal on the 2-yard line. Vikings go with 2 tight ends. Andrew Glover and Hunter Goodwin. Goodwin to the right, Glover left.
Chris Carter by himself all the way out there with Donnie Abraham.
And off to Leroy Horde, and he stopped. John Lynch in on the tackle, along with Derrick Brooks. Looked like there was a hole there, and Lynch filled it.
Lynch, as everybody knows that watches this game, may be the best hitting strong safety in the National Football League. He's like a linebacker. He'll come in right from the outside and make the big hit. You talk to the coach, Dennis Green, about Lynch.
Dennis Green and Brian Billick, the offensive coordinator, they say he's the hardest hitter in the NFC. Is in the safety position. That's Charles Evans shaking up on the play. He was the lead blocker, the fullback. Here's Brian Billick. He almost signed with the Dallas Cowboys. And when there was a little uncertainty about the staff in the offseason, but then when Denny Green was coming back, Denny Green has got tremendously loyal coaches. He decided to come back. Tony Dungy checking things out as his defense was the best in the red zone in the NFL last season.
Well, you got to believe in your goal line defense. They have them in a tough situation. This is really a throwing down because of where they're at on the field with a 3rd down.
Vikings with 3 wides in the line of 4 wides now. No tight end, 4 wide receivers. Leroy Horde is the setback.
Nobody left in the backfield. He's in motion.
Everybody's going. Johnson throws. Touchdown Vikings. Chris Carter with his 90th career touchdown. He is 4th in NFL history.
And what they did, they really spread the defense. They knew they were going to face the zone. Everybody crossed the goal line and is going to do a little curl. That's what they got done that time for the touchdown. They even sent the back in motion, so there was no backs left.
The 17-year veteran Gary Anderson puts it through. And the Minnesota Vikings score first. 6:31 to go in the first quarter as Chris Carter gets the short pass from Brad Johnson, and the Vikings lead 7-0.
You haven't found one like it before, because we've never built one like it before. Introducing a new kind of LS400. You've never felt so connected to a car.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just watching some home movies.
Oh, look at that little ball of dough. Is that you?
You got a very good eye. That is me. And look over there, that's you. Remember this? Sauce made from vine-ripened tomatoes, 100% real mozzarella.
That's beautiful pepperoni.
This just brings back a lot of memories. I'm flooded.
No, we grew up so
Are you crying?
No, it's the onion.
Really? I can see you tearing up.
No.
Get 2 Little Caesars pizzas featuring our authentic 1959 recipe and 3 toppings for just $10.99.
Pizza, pizza.
I always tell my clients, start with a joke.
And the squirrel said, I don't even like nuts.
See, it's about comedy, not content. You know, people think the Kinkos will help them stand out because they can do anything in color. Give them the full color polish, whoopee. Color's not funny. Look, you are creating an indelible image in your prospect's mind.
Kinko's, great news for small business, bad news for Maury.
Lemmings. That's all they are. Lemmings.
On King of the Hill season premiere, who's gonna die?
That explosion was nothing but smoke and mirrors and flames.
Find out Fox Tuesday.
Back at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, where the Vikings are set to kick off with a 7-0 lead. 1-yard touchdown pass from Brad Johnson to Chris Carter. The big play, though, the pass interference call against Charles Mincy. Mitch Berger to kick it off. Riddell Anthony is deep for Tampa Bay. Berger with a strong leg. Anthony is 3 yards deep and brings it out. Looking for an opening and is brought down. Good tackle on the play by Robert Griffin.
We're going to show you the touchdown, the spread formation with the remaining back Horde. Horde's the only back, 1, 2, 3, 4 wide receivers. He's going to go in motion, nobody there, and watch everybody just hooks over the goal line, and Chris Carter, jab, step, open, a little easy throw. Nice job by the Vikings. Spread that excellent defense of the Buccaneers all over the field.
And Brad Johnson.
A little excited.
Well, he loved that.
He loved that one.
Dave Moore, the tight end in motion, sets on the left side. All done and done in the backfield for Tampa Bay. It's Warrick Dunn. No hold, tries the other way. Couple of nifty moves. Netted him about a yard. Warrick Dunn, who rushed for almost 1,000 yards last season, was the leading rusher and the leading pass receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last year, his rookie year out of Florida State. This is second season, and they're expecting a big year that they'll be rotating the 3 backs with Lorenzo Neal and Mike Allstott. You'll have the Rhino, you'll have the baby Rhino, and you'll have the WD-40.
That's it. He's got them all. With all that quickness and speed, he couldn't shake Dwayne Rudd. Dwayne Rudd has as much quickness as Warrick Dunn.
2 tight ends in there. Wilfer moves Patrick Haight back and looks to throw. And completes to Bert Emanuel. Up across the 35. Bert Emanuel, who had a big year for the Atlanta Falcons, actually has averaged 71 catches over the last 3 seasons with the Falcons.
A little simple inside curl, but watch the RPMs of the ball. This ball had velocity, no break time. The ball got there so quick, he couldn't get any help from his safety, Robert Griffin.
Bucs looking to stretch the defense with Emmanuel's speed and Jacquez Green as well, but Green out with a turf toe injury, inactive today. First down for the Bucs on the 35. Dilfer with a play fake. Has time, throws short, complete to Warwick Dunn. And he's brought down across the 45 up to the 47. Combination of Dwayne Rudd and Ed McDaniel. 12-yard pickup on the play.
Not his first choice. Great job by Trent Dilfer. He looked deep. Deep was covered. He ends up throwing the ball to the guy he fakes to. He fakes right there, and the back comes through, and he's wide open. Watch Trent's eyes. He looks downfield, doesn't like it, finds the little back sitting in the middle, and if he'll take what they give him, they'll be a little underneath. Easy throws.
Trent Dilfer, 5th year out of Fresno State. Dave Moore, the tight end. Sets on the left side. Warwick Dunn, quick to the hole. Split the tackle. Breaking outside. Another couple of moves as he brought down across the 40-yard line. Another first down for the Bucs. Corey Fuller and Robert Griffith on the stop of the quick Warwick Dunn.
You said quick, and watch his feet. Watch his cut. Excellent vision. You have to be able to see to do this. He starts off one side, doesn't like it, goes the other way, starts off to your right in your living room, breaks it back, good cutback, runs away from Robert Griffin, one of the best hitting safeties, and Robert keeps on chasing him, gets a little bit help from Corey Fuller.
Bucs at the Vikings, 38-yard line. Dunn goes in motion. Short drop, the pump fake, over the middle short, and complete to Allstott. Fumble, Vikings have it. Turnovers so important. John Randall comes up with a loose ball.
And Tampa Bay, excellent pass protection, doing a great job of moving this ball down the field. And of all people, Mike Allstott drops the ball, known for his catching and his receiving. Watch him drift out, has the ball, and a great gang tackle and knocks that ball out of there. Derrick Alexander should get credit for that.
Look, I say we just go over there.
No, let's just play it cool.
Will you come on? They're looking at us.
Really?
Yeah. Huh?
Okay, let's go over there.
But I get the one with the Michelob Light.
How come I always get the ugly one?
There's ordinary beer. Then there's the smooth, refreshing taste of Michelob Light. Beer or Michelob?
Are you two sisters?
They are men on a mission.
Boom! You got it. We ain't going nowhere till you move this sled today.
To train their electric football counterparts to be MVP.
What was that?
In the Snickers Shock Zone game.
You got it? Yeah, that's good. You want to be MVP, baby? Oh, sing it all. Sing it all.
What is with this? With the circle. Hey, I don't get the circle. Are you listening to me?
Collect Snickers wrappers and watch TV September 20th. If you've got the Shock Zone MVP, you've got $2 million.
MVP!
I smell MVP.
Smell that?
Yo, down here. I'm the Brooklyn Bridge. You think you could take me? You want a piece of me, huh? Let's go. You and me. Right now.
The undeniably smooth, ever luxurious ES300. The road is calling. Answer it.
I got your fancy suspension right here.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Toyota. Every day belongs to you. Make it count. Toyota every day. By Smooth, Refreshing Michelob Light. Beer or Michelob. By Visa, the official card of the NFL that's everywhere you want to be. And by Microsoft. Where do you want to go today?
That's Red McCombs, your new best friend.
I tell you what he's done, the brand new owner for the Minnesota Vikings. He's put pride back in wearing purple. Oh, what a hit.
Big hit on Robert Smith.
Wow, that's got to be Lynch. When you see a guy bounce like that, that's got to be Lynch.
Let's look and listen on this play.
This is why I would buy a ticket to watch this guy play. He plays like it's 1950. Full speed contact, no fair dodging.
Oh.
Hello!
feel that in your living room.
Oh, you got to love this guy.
And he used to be a pitcher, but he likes football instead.
He used to play quarterback. He said, I got to play safety to get in the game, so he gave up being a quarterback at Stanford.
Johnson on second down. Short to Robert Smith with room. Cross midfield. To the 48-yard line where Anthony Parker finally brought him down. Johnson went to the safety valve, and then it was a good pickup on the play.
Well, we're seeing a mirror of offenses and defenses. Both teams run very similar offenses, and they run the exact same defenses. So when the downfield wide receivers are covered, it's a dump off to the back in the middle. You see both teams doing that.
Leroy Horde is now in its setback. 3 wide receivers in for the Vikings. In motion, Andrew Glover. And sprint out by Johnson deep down the left sideline for Moss. He juggles. He's got it. Touchdown. There are going to be nightmares for cornerbacks in the NFL.
Well,
when they go up against Randy Moss.
What we said earlier, there's a 48-yard touchdown pass, but he reacts to an underthrown ball. The ball does not have to be perfect. We said that in the open. I saw him in the preseason. Just get the ball close, and he'll make the play, Sam.
Gary Anderson for the extra point. He's missed only 5 extra points in his 16-year career. And the Vikings have a 14-0 lead. This is Randy Moss.
Little fake inside, back outside, and Donnie Abraham's got a chase, and the ball's thrown behind him, and he pulls it in, Sam.
Well, well, look at you. You are one good-looking pizza.
Me? No, my friend. You are the good-looking pizza.
Please, don't be modest. Look at those toppings.
Why, my toppings? Forget about it. Look at your toppings. Pepperoni, green pepper. Wait, is that onion?
Yeah, I got a little onion.
You're killing me.
Well, look at you, Mr. Ham.
Oh.
Mr. Mushroom. Mister, could you possibly fit any more pepperoni on me?
No, stop. Get in the bag.
Get 2 Little Caesars pizzas featuring our authentic 1959 recipe and 3 toppings for just $10.99.
Pizza, pizza.
The way some people drive these days sure makes you want to talk to an Allstate agent. He can help you figure out how much protection you really need. Being in good hands is the only place to be.
Hi, I'm Dan Marino of the Miami Dolphins. The NFL and the United Way are making a difference. The NFL, the United Way, and you. The power of teamwork.
The word you hear in the Vikings locker room about Randy Moss is special. They say this man is a special receiver.
Well, I said Donnie Abraham was covering him because I saw that one on the back of the defender, but it was really Floyd Young that got beat. 31, not 21.
Vikings with a 14-0 lead. Mitch Berger with a kickoff, and it's deep. Wow. Adele Anthony, 9 yards deep, takes a knee. Watch this move again. You can't cover him one-on-one.
No, watch Floyd Young bite. He'll bite inside. That's 31 instead of 21. But then Floyd makes a great recovery. He gets back. He's beat. He's sprinting. He's going to play the hands, get his hand on the ball, and it's like a double catch.
Brad Johnson throwing the deep ball. 48-yard touchdown pass, but once again, a little underthrown on Randy Moss.
I think if I was the quarterback, Brad Johnson, the fun of it is you don't have to throw the perfect pass. Just get it near this Randy Moss. It doesn't have to be right there. Be anywhere around him, and he'll react.
Rhino backfield for the Bucs on first down from the 20. Lorenzo Neal, the fullback. Allstott, the tailback. The completion to Riddell Anthony up to the 30-yard line. where he's taken out by Jimmy Hitchcock.
Well, Jimmy Hitchcock was off 7-8 yards. You got to throw that 3-step drop. So a nice job by Trent. Went 1-2, fire the football in the corner. Number 37, Jimmy Hitchcock's not even close. Take a look at this. He's way, way off. There's all the cushion. Get him the football.
They stay with the Rhino backfield on 2nd and less than a yard. Anthony goes in motion. And it's all stopped for a first down and a lot more.
Good job.
Picked up about 7 on the play. Robert Griffith in on the stop on Mike Allstott, whose rushing yardage went up last season.
Watch him run here. Watch him run over people.
What's that?
That's the Mike Allstott. That's the A-Train. He's got the A-Train. And the next stop on this, he gave me this whistle before the ball game. So if I'm running over people, give it a toot.
Not bad.
Not bad, huh? I like the sound.
The A-Train.
The A-Train. Unfortunately, he fumbled to set up that long touchdown pass.
And the A-Train carries outside. Across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And as time winds down in the first quarter here.
When you see Allstott, you say, here's a big bruising fullback. He's going to run over people. He's going to crush him. Wrong. He really is a guy that makes cuts and makes people miss. And a guy this size that can make you miss is really a rarity in the National Football League.
The Vikings have done what they wanted to do. They've gotten a big lead. They lead 14-0. The Bucs, not necessarily built as a comeback team, have a long way to go. Back for the second quarter in a moment.
Let's say this is Castrol Syntec motor oil, and this is a harmful particle in your engine. Get the point? You see, Syntec's patented stabilizers seek out and neutralize harmful particles, protecting in ways other oils can't. Castrol Syntec, the active lubricant.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
Baby, baby, it looks like it's gonna hail. Baby, baby, it looks like it's gonna hail. You better come inside, let me teach you how to jive and wheel. Oh, you gotta jump and jive and then you really gotta jump and jive and then you really gotta jump and jive and then you really.
There are occasions when time flies even faster than usual, like during the Dodge Summer Clearance, where you have a limited time to lease a Dodge Dakota for just $199 a month. Or you can buy this Dakota for just over $16,300. But whether you buy or lease, you can still get a no-charge 175-horsepower Magnum V6 plus an automatic transmission. So hurry in while time is still on your side. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
61. It's held by Roger Maris from New York. So from all of us here in Boston, here's to one less Yankee in the record books.
Costello premieres Tuesday on Fox.
Special edition of Fox Baseball Saturday as we follow Mark McGwire. Will this be the day he ties or maybe breaks Roger Maris's record? St. Louis home against Cincinnati right after football today. I got a feeling he's going to hit 2 today. I really do, Joe.
I'd take that Mark McGwire. I'd make a tight end out of him. You talk about a good tight end. He'd knock some people around.
Allstott cuts back down around the 43-yard line. Bring up a 3rd and short for the Bucs.
What Tampa Bay hasn't done is change their game plan. They're down 14-0. They had a fumble, ended up a touchdown pass. They had a bad call on a pass interference, but they're going to stay with their game plan all the way to the 4th quarter. You said earlier they're not a big comeback team. They don't want to get down 21, so they'll just stick to what they like to do, and that's chug the football.
Nickel defense for the Vikings. Tony Williams, number 94, in as a pass rusher on the line. 5 defensive backs in. 4 wides for Tampa Bay. Short drop. Dilfer with a quick pitch. Bert Emanuel with a first down. Just across midfield, Ed McDaniel made the stop on Bert Emanuel.
You gotta love Trent Dilfer on a 3-step drop. This is his best throw. Again, his best throws today. Out 1, 2, fire. and the ball comes out, nobody's near him, and the good Minnesota Viking pass rush won't be a factor. The ball right where it has to be. Oh, man, he gets stuck. Woo! Ed McDaniel, huh? Did he stick it?
Yeah. Bert Emanuel, 4-year deal, over $16 million. Not bad as a free agent. Alstott and Dunn in the backfield. Dilfer. Bert Emanuel, first down inside the 30-yard line. Well, it took time for Dilfer and Emanuel to get going in preseason, but they're starting off the regular season sharp.
Well, guess what? Watch the reaction to the throw behind him. And I think what's good here, Bert Emanuel's giving him a little bit of Randy Moss. The ball doesn't have to be right on the money. A little bit back behind him. Still a good throw. And the good throws are coming off the 3-step drop for Trent. Don't let the Vikings defensive line get near you. Go 1-2, fire.
Dilfer 7 for 7, 21-yard pickup for
Just
the
change
Bucs.
the play. Just change the play. When he grabbed his face mask, he changed the play.
Warwick Dunn, he stopped. Flag goes down late. Ed McDaniel, the middle linebacker, came up to make the play.
And a flag.
McDaniel moved in as the starting middle linebacker late last season when Jeff Brady was injured. It's going to be a hold against the Vikings.
Well, Brady got hurt, and all of a sudden they found Dwayne Rudd was so good you had to get him in there, and that's why they moved Ed McDaniel.
My apologies, holding against the Bucs.
Holding, number 64, offense.
George
Still
Diaz.
first down.
The left guard, George Diaz, called for the hold.
Let's take a look right here, see what he does. Officials caught him. Oh, made a tackle. Ended up tackling Jerry Ball.
Can't do that, can you?
No, you can't do that.
Big Jerry's still going strong, isn't he? Jerry Ball?
Jerry Ball, I think the reason he continues to play well, he was such a good shot putter in college. He had that great 3-yard quickness to put the shot, and you still see 3-yard quickness out of it.
Alstott, man in motion, setting. Dilfer, with time, connects with Bert Emanuel again. Jimmy Hitchcock on the coverage.
I think when they gave him $4 million, they told the quarterback, make him earn it. It's going to be an out route to the sideline. It's going to be down and away throw, so either he catches it or nobody gets it. Hitchcock late on the drive.
Bert Emanuel, who was a quarterback in college, came to the NFL, switched to wide receiver, and he has done it well. Second.
Audible. Look at the quarterback. Changing the play.
On 2nd and 6. Short drop and connects with Bert Emanuel again. Short of a first down. Time for a game break. For that, let's go to Kevin Frazier at the Fox Network Center in L.A. NFL update. Kevin.
4th and inches for the Lions at Lambeau. They try the quarterback sneak. Santana dots and pries the ball loose. Leroy Butler comes up with it. 32 yards for the touchdown. Green Bay leads 10-3. Let's go back to Sam and Jerry.
Leroy Butler making the play, and it's funny because you asked Mike Lynch who he liked.
Yeah.
And Lynch, the safety said, only guy I really like, John Lynch, the only guy I really like is Leroy Butler.
3rd and 1. Rhino backfield with 2 tight ends. Alstott is stopped short, trying to get away. And they pile him up short of a first down. Vikings defense comes up big.
Boy, you talk about hitting up inside. This was a lead. Watch the fullback is going to hit up in there. Lorenzo Neal trying to pick up the linebacker. Watch all the collisions right here. And the Vikings, they're in a blitz. Wow, there's all kinds of smacking. Lorenzo Neal running right into everybody. Good gang tackling, good swarming by the Vikings.
That's why you called it a hard hat game, didn't you?
A hard hat game. You got to earn your money today. Now, there's been 2 big plays by the Vikings. I'm impressed with Dilfer's throwing early.
He's been sharp. But the Vikings defense comes up, stops the Bucs, and Michael Husted will attempt a 41-yarder out of the hole of Barnhart. It is wide to the right. No good. The Bucs are kept off the board by the Viking defense. Vikes lead by 14.
It has arrived. The all-new 1999 Chrysler LHS. Timeless design,
luxurious appointments, and power inside and out. On one hand, it's exceptionally quiet. On the other hand, it screams luxury. The 1999 Chrysler LHS. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
They say the game these days is all about money. Well, not for the beer man. For the beer man, it's still about passion. When I crack open a cold Coors Light, I give 110%, just like those guys in the Rockies. And when a fan shouts, "Hey, beer man!" that frost brew refreshment is delivered like an inside fastball. No, it's not about money. It's about exercise. I gotta drop some pounds.
Coors Light! Get your Coors Light here!
Mark, if you're at the airport before my 8 o'clock flight, maybe we can talk. Otherwise, it's over.
Come on! I'll stop now!
Didn't get an AC Delco battery? They last up to 30% longer. AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Chrysler, engineered to be great cars. By Little Caesars Pizza, featuring the highest quality ingredients in dough made fresh daily. By Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service. And by AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
Back in the Metrodome in Minneapolis, where the Vikings have a 14-0 lead. They go on offense after stopping the Bucs. Robert Smith. A couple of nice moves before he's flipped down by Derrick Brooks. Good pickup on the play. About 5 for Robert Smith.
Robert Smith has that excellent quickness. Gets out of the blocks. You can tell he was a track star. Ran the 400 meters, which is a good test of you anyway when you're running that track. That lets everybody know how tough you are.
3 wide receivers in. Randy Moss wide to the right. Buck showing blitz. And it's Robert Smith spinning and stopped short of the 40-yard line. Good hit on the play. We are very happy to be joined in the booth by the new owner of the Minnesota Vikings, Red McCombs. He's smiling. Well, you got to be happy with the way things are going, Red.
Well, I'm excited now, of course. This is a dream that I've chased all my life. And at age 70, I finally caught it. And then you guys come up here and bring one of my dearest friends in football, Jerry Glanville, with you. So it's a big day for me.
He wants your autograph, you know.
Oh, I tell you what, I think what you've done, Red, I haven't seen the pride of the purple like this in this stadium. I think you got sellouts now, and I think that's part of you. They just said in the trailer, you got the Jerry Jeff Walker Texas voice. You're going to be in the booth. You're going to replace me the second half. You got the voice.
I don't think they'll ever let me get on the mic and get paid. You know, I pay to get on the mic.
Red, you changed your position a little bit. You said you were going to talk contract with head coach Denny Green at the end of the season. Yesterday, you decided to give him a 3-year extension. Tell us about that.
Right. Well, see, the deal closed so late. We were already into camp. Games were about to start the preseason, and I just didn't feel as if it was a thing that I wanted to do. I think it's fair to him. I didn't think it was fair to me. But I got to know him a lot more quickly than what I had thought. And after about 2 months, I came up here last Monday to a players' recognition luncheon, as it were. And when I saw the feeling that those players had for each other and for this coach, I'm looking, I said, you know, what else can a coach do? He's got these guys wanting to do what he wants them to do. So it was a total switch for me, but I've done that before.
Well, you know, I'm proud of you that you could look over and see that these players love playing for this coach. And why make a change? If you got the chemistry, you got a chance to win it all this year. I hope we see you all the way over there in Miami playing in that Super Bowl. That'd be fun, huh?
Well, it's a dream come true for me. But after being up here Monday and on the plane ride on the way back, I'm thinking, you know, what else could I want a coach to do? This guy not only has got all these players wanting to play for him, but there are about 7 or 8 on the squad that he developed. He and his staff. The staff all were right with it. And I thought, well, you know, why do I want to wait? So anyway, that's what happened.
Red, what's the toughest thing an owner faces in the NFL today?
Meeting the payroll.
It's a big one, isn't it?
Well, the game is is so expensive, and there's so much money involved, and there's so much competition for the entertainment dollar.
It's 3rd and 1. The Vikings had called a timeout. 3 wide receivers. David Palmer in motion. And the play outside of Randy Moss is good for a first down. This time they went short to Moss on the out pattern.
Well, they built the trips. They had a covey. They got everybody over on the quarterback's right side, and he's all alone on the other side. I'm going to show you the covey. The covey's going to go in motion. He's going to look like here's the trips. Everything's going to happen here. Guess what? It's one-on-one out there with a guy that you made a big money commitment to.
Well, you know, you really didn't have to be much of a football expert to see that this kid could play.
Robert Smith reverses, and gets to midfield. And that's the owner with the cheering up here. So.
We're not allowed to cheer, Red, but you can do anything you want. You spend $250 million, you can holler.
Nice move by Robert Smith.
I couldn't help that one.
Now, did you fly in yesterday?
Yes.
San Antonio is still your home.
Yes, right. I live in San Antonio. I would never live anywhere else. That will remain my home.
2nd and 4 for the Vikings. Short drop.
Got him.
Outside and complete to Jake Reed. Dropped the football out of bounds, and they rule it incomplete. Never had possession.
Ooh, that could have been a catch and a fumble.
A bad call.
Red.
Sorry about that.
Here's a replay, Red. Red's going to officiate this one. He thinks this is a catch and a fumble.
Yeah, you'll see he had possession. But officials make mistakes. What the hell?
You got to be nice to the officials, too, Red. Let's see. Hey,
Red may be right. I believe Red. And guess what, Red? All of your fans there in the stadium agree with you.
Yeah. All right.
Red, thanks for joining us. We wish you the best of luck with the Vikings and great success this season.
Well, thanks to you guys at Fox. You brought a lot to this game, and I appreciate it very much. I'm having the time of my life.
It's great to have you in the National Football League. You're going to make the league even better, Red. Thank you, brother.
Number 2.
Thank you so much.
Vikes have called a timeout as Brad Johnson comes to the sideline and talk things over. The Vikes are leading 14-0. We'll be right back.
If it takes forever, I will wait for you for 1,000 summers. I will wait for you.
There's certain things you just can't live without.
Okay. I'm back.
A good receiver is one of them. Visa's the other.
Jerry. Yeah. Don't tell the guys about the flowers.
Official card of the NFL and everywhere you want to be.
Rocks. Some people skip them, stack them, or just plain ignore them. But then there's these Texaco people. They love the darn things. Yeah. Obsess over them. Go to the ends of the earth to find them. They study them. They scan them. Even taste them. Why? You find the right rocks. You find the energy the world needs to keep on running. Texaco, a world of energy.
It's a little chilly, isn't it, Steve?
Oh, sorry. What am I thinking? How's that? Yeah, thank you. Better? Good. Warm.
Good.
Where were we?
We were cold.
Check.
The only thing more important than your favorite receiver is your favorite card. Visa, official card of the NFL.
You look great tonight.
Thank you.
It's everywhere you want to be.
Enjoy your Labor Day weekend.
What a cute little grill, Carmine. Oh, don't worry. They say size doesn't matter.
And don't get burned. Living in Captivity premieres Friday.
Pretty good balance from the Vikings.
Well, 10 runs and 10 passes, and the score allows them to keep that going just like they want to.
Vikings would like to be in the top 10 in rushing and passing at the end of the season.
And one thing, when you talk to Brad Johnson, we had a nice interview with him. He wants to run the football, and that's great to hear a quarterback. He wants balance.
On 3rd and 4, Johnson looking, complete to Carter. First down, Vikings. The short passes to Carter and Moss have been very effective.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing zone, and you can't stop the quick slant, the short 3-step drop pass. Watch him right here. He goes in motion. Then he comes back, and the quarterback's going to do just like Trent Dilfer was, 1-2 fire, and you see laying outside zone, and you can't stop that. That's Anthony Parker. You got to come up and bump and push and shove to stop the 3-step throw.
3 wide receivers. Leroy Horde, the setback. Horde hits hard in the middle. Then he gets hit at the 40-yard line. John Lynch.
Wow, could you hear that hit
middle.
up here? Watch Randall McDaniel, all-pro. I think you said 9 years, left guard. He's going to pull. 64, he's going to pull and lead up, and he cleans that hole out. For Horde runs heavy, but who does Horde run into? The heaviest hit. Whoa, man, that was a good
Mincy
stick.
got in there.
Yeah, it was Charlie's. Mincy got in there. He stuck exactly like he was John Lynch.
Charles Mincy played here a couple of seasons in Minnesota. 2nd and 7. Horde tries the outside. Good run for Leroy Horde. He's got a first down at the 30-yard line. Derrick Brooks finally brought him down. Leroy Horde, 9th year out of Michigan, picked up as a free agent by the Vikings in 1996.
And I like Horde. And when we were sitting interviewing the coaches, I asked Dungy, I said, Horde runs hard. He's a harder runner than Robert Smith. Not the great speed and can't break it, but he's the guy that can wear you out when your safeties are too deep. And that's what's going on. Tampa Bay safeties are playing deep, so Horde can get the run going.
3 wide receivers. Smith in the lineup. Comes out of the backfield, but the deep throw for Randy Moss. Touchdown! We've got a star on our hands in the NFL, Randy Moss.
Well, this time the safety ran down the help on the run. That was John Lynch. And the minute Brad Johnson saw that, this is a good throw right on the money. Brad Johnson has a new best friend, and he wears number 84. Randy Moss will be Brad Johnson's friend for about 10 years.
19 teams passed on him in the draft. He was the 21st pick. One team passed on him twice.
They got to be kicking themselves in the butt.
Wow. A top 5 talent who dropped to number 21, Gary Anderson, with his 3rd point of the game. The Minnesota Vikings, 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Randy Moss, lead it 21-0.
Select road. Validating tires.
What kind of road can you drive on with BF Goodrich tires?
Approved. Enjoy.
Any road you choose. BF Goodrich tires. Take control.
EA Sports presents Cyberberry. If it's in the game, it's in the game. Madden NFL 99. EA Sports. It's in the game.
It ties as J.D. Power and Associates' most appealing minivan. It's also winner of the Automobile Magazine All-Star Award. And now, it's the winner of the Total Quality Award for Best Ownership Experience, presenting the new Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Now get $1,500 cash back on Town & Country. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
On King of the Hill season premiere, Who's Gonna Die?
Oh, I'm gonna miss that Megalo-Mart. Oh, and of course, Hike if it's him.
Find out Fox Tuesday at 8, 7 Central.
Here's Randy Moss after his 2nd touchdown. Look at the offensive line. They love him. Everybody knows they've got a weapon. Watch Lynch. Lynch has to come down. He'll come down in this area to stop the run because Horde's been doing so good. When he does that, the out and up happens out here against Donnie Abraham. And there's no help from the safety because he went down to stop the run. A great throw.
Yeah,
by
great throw by Brad Johnson. Randy Moss, 4 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mitch Berger's kickoff. Riddell Anthony, 1 yard deep, brings it out. Breaks it outside. Comes up at the sideline. The ball and went out of bounds, stepped out of bounds. They'll bring it back around the 25-yard line.
The spine tingler.
The potential of a true sports car is something you experience, you feel.
That first 300 became a legend in its own roaring time.
The all-new 99 Chrysler 300M Sport Sedan.
To get the feel of this automobile and the thrill, you really have to drive it.
It holds the road with the widest stance of any other car in its class. The Chrysler 300M. The technology has changed, but the soul lives on.
It is one of the most powerful warships, with satellite communications, radar and propulsion systems that are the most advanced in the world. But USS Mitcher cannot do a single thing without you. Because the most important part of USS Mitcher is her crew of over 250 sailors who every day embark on a journey of honor, of courage, and of commitment. Call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Let the journey begin.
All new episodes.
Oh, my God.
All new season. World's wildest police videos. Season premiere Thursday on Fox.
Randy Moss catching a 31-yard touchdown pass from Brad Johnson. 69-yard scoring drive for the Vikings for a 21-0 lead with 6:01 to go in the first half. And what a debut for Randy Moss. Riddell Anthony stepped out of bounds on the 24. Bucs on offense. Patrick Haight sets at the left end position. Play fake. Dilfer in trouble. Drops it off to Warwick Dunn. Nice moves as he gets across the 30-yard line. He's brought down by Dwayne Rudd.
And the quarterback did a good job getting that ball out in a hurry. He was going to get hit. He was going to get sacked. Good job by Dilfer. That screen will help slow down the pass rush, he hopes. But knowing the Vikings with a 21-0 lead, this changes the Vikings defense as well as the Tampa Bay's offense. The Vikings will be coming every down.
Watch number 93, John Randall, who moves around on the defensive line. He sets up outside. Dilfer is perfect, 10 for 10. But no points on the board for the Bucs. Dunn up the middle, got a couple. Hard hit by Ed McDaniel, the middle linebacker. His 7th year out of Clemson, a 5th-round draft pick in 1992. Stepping into the middle, a lot of responsibility. Not a big guy at 5'11", but real strong and good speed.
The reason he can play at 5'11", 231, he only has one gap to fill. And guess what? He just filled that gap and turned Warwick Dunn and made him go the other way. So they're different in defense. They don't give anybody 2 gaps. Everybody only has 1 gap to fill every play.
Bucs with the Rhino backfield as Allstott is at the top of the eye on a 3rd and 1, and Dilfer calls timeout.
Timeout, Tampa Bay, number 1. This is a 30-second timeout.
4:34 remaining in the first half. Vikings defense has done a good job. Turned the ball over once. Showed some strong defense in their own side of the field to force a field goal that missed. Field goal try by Michael Husted. Corey Fuller, the cornerback. A lot of pressure on the cornerbacks for the Vikings. Next week, another big NFL football Sunday. Tampa Bay will be in Green Bay. What a way to start the season. The Vikings take on the St. Louis Rams. And the Bears and Steelers. Late afternoon coverage. Giants at Oakland. Dallas at Denver. Troy Aikman, John Elway. That's a nice little matchup there. Bo Spazio, the defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings. Bucs are 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversion. Allstott finds an opening, dives for a 1st down. Good effort by the 3rd-year man out of Purdue, Mike Allstott.
And he had to make a play here because he was back in the backfield. And again, the Vikings had penetration.
Allstott finds an opening, dives for a 1st down. Good effort by the 3rd-year man out of Purdue, Mike Allstott.
And he had to make a play here because he was back in the backfield. And again, the Vikings had penetration. Remember, the Vikings won the last short yard. Watch everybody in purple come across the line. Watch the penetration by the Vikings. So Allstott's got to make some cuts just to get back. What a nice job by Allstott because he was in real trouble. Orlando Thomas had a shot to stop him for a no gain and missed the tackle.
Both wideouts to the left side. Dave Moore, the tight end, in motion. The play fake. Ball over the middle of Riddell Anthony. Breaks a couple of tackles. Good effort by Riddell Anthony to the 35-yard line of Minnesota. Ed McDaniel finally brought him down, and Dilfer continues to fire it in there.
I'm glad you said it. Tampa Bay's down 21-0, and guess what? Dilfer hasn't missed a pass. Every pass is right where it needs to be. They got to just keep on throwing it and quit chugging it. Nice throw. Easy catch.
Riddell Anthony in his 2nd season out of Florida. He led the wide receivers in receptions last season. Dave Moore, the tight end, sets to the left side. Allstott the lone setback on the play fake. Dilfer has time. Looking deep, now drops it off to Allstott, incomplete. Nobody open downfield.
Okay, Dilfer missed that because the Vikings said enough of Trent Dilfer. We're going to play cover 2. When you go cover 2, you have to run the football. Trent Dilfer had a bootleg on, and with cover 2 means you have a corner and a safety. You got everybody doubled. You're going to see the corner. This corner has him along with him. This corner has him along with here. So when he runs the boot, they got 4 on 2, and Dilfer's got to run and scramble, and then tries to dump it off to Allstott in the middle. Look at the double coverage everywhere. Good job by the Vikings. They're not going to let him keep throwing the football.
On 2nd and 10, there's pressure. Dilfer unloads and completes to Allstott. A 1st down inside the 25-yard line. Knocked out at the 22 by Dixon Edwards.
I thought I saw a sack, and then I saw a good tackle by the offensive line. Watch the pressure coming up through here, and the offensive line knows how to play. Watch the right there, and that's the center. Tony Mayberry said, "You're not getting my quarterback." The best tackle today by the center, Tony Mayberry. He saved the quarterback and allowed him to make that play.
Good receiver. Allstott picked up 15 on the play. 1st down, Bucs at the Vikings 21. Allstott and Dunn in the backfield. Warwick Dunn cuts back. Good hole. Spins inside the 15. Gets down to about the 12. Orlando Thomas, number 42, back in as a starter for Minnesota in the secondary. Very important man for the Vikings. Warwick Dunn with a good move.
They'll run this down in 2 minutes. That's their only enemy they got right now. They're moving the ball excellent.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe you're down 21-0 when you look that good.
2-minute warning in Minneapolis, where the Vikings have the big lead and the Bucs are threatening.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you to enjoy Miller Lite with friends.
I feel a presence. Harold, is that you?
We're missing the best part of the day.
Catch anything yet?
Just a brake job on a Honda.
At Pep Boys, our ASE certified technicians will install Raybestos lifetime brakes for as low as $59.99 after rebate.
Is this living or what? Shh. Engine diagnosis. Very high tech.
Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us. My dad always said,
As soon as I get a computer, you'll come out with something better.
so to make sure people like Dad have the latest computer, we invented YourWare, technology that grows with you. For just $49.95 a month, you can buy a computer with an Intel Celeron processor, internet access, and in 2 years, you can trade it in toward the purchase of a new one.
What do you call this thing?
YourWare. Call 1-800-GATEWAY, and let's talk about YourWare.
Remember your first time hanging with the guys?
Touchdown.
And all new Holding the Baby, tonight at 7:30, 6:30 Central on Fox.
Stay tuned for the Visa halftime report. Kevin Frazier and Ron Pitts, scores and highlights from the studio. Joe Buck with a report on Mark McGwire in St. Louis. Fox Sports ticker up-to-date stats up to the second. You want Mark McGwire as your tight end, huh?
I want him as a tight end. I saw him throw people around when he's trying to get to the umpire. I know he can block.
2nd and a yard for Tampa Bay at the Vikings 12. The play fake, Dilfer, chased by John Randall to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Robert Griffith covering on the play. Riddell Anthony, the intended receiver.
What about Trent Dilfer? You said he's being chased by John Randall. Watch this guy escape and try to make a play. Play action fake. Nobody's open. He feels the heat coming from behind. This is John Randall chasing him. Puts it up there. Oh, that's got to be a touchdown.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong? What's
Juggled
wrong?
It. Never had possession. Griffith,
man,
with the play, the defensive play. Bucs are 2 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. They got the Rhino backfield on 3rd and 1. Neal and Allstott. Allstott carrying. Hops over one man. Doesn't get the first down. Great job by the Vikings. Dixon Edwards and Dwayne Rudd, the 2 outside linebackers, in on the play.
The problem I see with Tampa Bay on short yardage, they're running east and west. They're not going right after the Vikings. The Vikings are too fast. They try to carry this ball all the way to the outside on a 3rd and 1, and there's too much speed. Look at that Dwayne Rudd. He can run. They can all run. You got to go right at him. 4th down, they're going for it.
They lost 2. Tony Dungy needs big points. Down by 21. It's 4th and 3 at the 14. Dilfer. Incomplete. Intended for Bert Emanuel. And again, the Vikings defense comes up big. Jimmy Hitchcock on the coverage. And the Vikes keep the Tampa Bay Buccaneers off the board.
Well, Hitchcock with the New England Patriots last year, they made the trade, traded him over here. He says he's got new life. He's got a new career going, thinks he's in for a good year.
Vikes try to sign a cornerback in the free agent market, made 2 attempts, failed, got Jimmy Hitchcock from New England for a 3rd round draft pick. Minnesota takes over, and they'll just sit on it with 1:06 to go in the first half. Play it safe. They want to go into the locker room with the big lead.
And I really thought Tampa Bay had a touchdown in that end zone, but he didn't hang on the ball long enough. When he hit the ground, the ball bounced out.
A couple of big plays early hurt Tony Dungy's team.
30-second timeout.
The Bucs have called a timeout with just under a minute to go.
I want to show you this play. Can the ground cause an incompletion? Can the ground cause a fumble? We got to decide now, did the receiver have the ball long enough before he hit the ground and lost it? Carl Williams.
No, that's Riddell Anthony.
That's Riddell Anthony. Got it? Maybe the fish.
I don't think he ever had it.
No, good call by the fish. It looks like it on this look. On this look, I thought he did. Didn't have it long enough. No. Another good call.
There you go.
By the officials.
Trent Dilfer, his numbers have been good in the first half, but the Bucs have not been able to get in the end zone. 1 turnover, the fumble by Allstott. Vikes drove down the field. Don't forget, Visa halftime report coming up. Kevin Frazier and Ron Pitts in the studio with scores and highlights. Joe Buck following Mark McGwire in St. Louis. Don't forget, Cardinals and Reds on Fox this afternoon following football, and the Fox Sports ticker has got all the up-to-date stats, up to the second stats.
I think what's really hurting this game is Allsted has 3 carries for minus yardage on short yardage situations because the Bucs are running sideways.
Another timeout for Tampa Bay as Denny Green's team taking the knee, trying to kill the clock. And
about the power of protein with Dennis Green. We're going to show you Dennis Green from last year and Dennis Green from now. He bought a book called Power of Protein. This is the Dennis Green.
Want to get it right. Protein Power.
I'm the wrong way. I said, okay, it's Protein Power. Here's Dennis Green last year.
Wow.
Fully grown. Hasn't missed a meal. Here's the new Dennis Green. He says he's eating all he wants, but he's only eating protein, no sugar.
Low carbs, no sugar. Lost 65 pounds. His goal was to lose 50 before his 50th birthday. He's done that.
I told him his new goal is to eat his way to the Super Bowl with protein.
Well, his goal is to get to the Super Bowl before he's 50, and the Super Bowl this year in Miami is 3 weeks before his birthday.
I'm starting that diet. I started last night at 11 o'clock at night.
How you doing?
So far, I feel thin.
Leroy Horde on the carry, and the Bucs bring him down. Bucs are out of timeout.
Good job by the Bucs using all their timeouts with a chance to block a punt. They're going to force him to punt, and what they should do is line up 10 man and try to make a play, try to get a hand on the ball, score with your special teams.
Vikings sent in the punting unit. Pass interference penalty against Tampa Bay was huge as Minnesota went in for their first score. A 1-yard touchdown pass to Chris Carter following, and then the turnover, the fumble by Mike Allstott, and the Vikings driving down for their second touchdown. Mitch Berger gets it away. Good high kick. Carl Williams deep for the Bucs at his own 39. Nice moves by Williams. Gets to the outside. Can he break it? He's brought down by Mo Williams. Outstanding special teams player. 47-yard punt by Mitch Berger. The Vikings head to the locker room with a 21-0 lead on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Visa halftime report next.
Tuesday on the season premiere of King of the Hill.
Your dad got blown up.
One of these potential victims will die.
The suspense is killing me. Literally.
Then she's the breakout personality of the new TV season.
The guy who didn't tip me last week wants a glass of ice. You know what to do.
The series premiere of Costello. Plus, on Guinness World Records, he stands on blades and pierces his skin to lift 80 extra pounds. It all starts at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
Ladies who prefer gentlemen who favor amassing a fortune without the hard labor. Easy save. Don't pull a muscle trying to save on groceries. Rainbow's new Easy Save card. Save every day, plus get a 5% discount every time your purchases reach $300.
I gotta get one of those cards.
I'm Katie Cool at uswest.net.
I'm Bob Munster at uswest.net.
Today, the first day of school isn't what it used to be.
I'm Billy at 127 Maple Street, but my dad says we're going to get the internet real soon.
Make sure your kids are ready for it. Call US West right now. Get unlimited internet access for just $19.95 a month and your first month free.
For homework, I want you all to access the Library of Congress.
uswest.net. Another reason life's better here.
Hey, kids, what's more fun than watching your favorite busy town friends?
Play with them!
It's a lot more fun, isn't it?
You bet, Lily!
Right now, when you get a DQ Kids Picnic at Dairy Queen, you can pick your favorite DQ meal, treat, and while supplies last, one of 4 busy town floating toys. There's Lowly Worm Speedboat, Mr. Frumbo Tugboat, Sergeant Murphy Patrol Boat, and Hucklecat Submarine.
Wow!
You can collect all 4. Just meet me at DQ.
How do you know when the Dodge summer clearance is here? Because time really starts to fly. And you have a limited opportunity to buy a Dodge Ram starting at $15,200. Or lease this Dodge Ram for a remarkable $219 a month. But either way, you get the only truck that has won Strategic Vision's Total Quality Award for 4 straight years. So hurry in today while time is still on your side. Plus, now there's a special allocation of Ram 4x4s.
Don't miss the Vikings postgame show coming up right after the game here on Fox 29.
Visa Halftime, brought to you by Visa, the official card of the NFL. It's everywhere you want to be.
I'd like to welcome everybody who's watching Tampa Bay and Minnesota. Randy Moss, the real Kevin Frazier and Ron Pitts taking care of business while the big guys are away. 21-0 at halftime. Moss, 4 catches for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Reggie White trying to raise the roof at Lambeau.
Scott Mitchell on the quarterback sneak. Watch Brian Williams, the linebacker. He rips the ball out. Leroy Butler picks it up, 32 yards for the touchdown. You gotta wonder, that's the argument right there. Short yardage, let Barry Sanders carry the ball. Bad things happen when you don't.
Dorsey Levens, 12 carries for 39 yards, 17-6 in this one in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Giants Stadium, Redskins lead 10-3. Giants have 3 sacks in this game. Falcons and Panthers all even. Chris Chandler, 8 of 12 for 124 yards. The Saints all over the Rams right now, 17-zip. Meanwhile, Chicago taking care of business against Jacksonville, 13-7. Mark Brunell, 12 of 16, 106 yards. Pittsburgh and the Ravens all even at 3. Jim Harbaugh out with a finger injury. 134 degrees on the playing surface at Synergy Field. Bengals down by 3. Meanwhile, Seattle, Philadelphia, the Seahawks up 14-zip. Want to remind everybody, coming up next, we're going to head to St. Louis to check in on the Maris race.
Shining season. With every pitch, every swing, Mark McGwire has reached this record moment in history. Be a part of baseball's greatest seasonal journey on Fox as one man enters the annals of legend. It's a special edition of Fox Saturday Baseball. Next. Aikman clashes with Elway in a showdown for the ages. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
This ain't TGIF. It's a Wild Thing Friday.
Wow.
We ran the sensors off.
What's your next size? I'll just guess.
And boy, does it show.
She's going to pick up the paper.
Living in Captivity series premiere.
What a cute little girl, Carmine. Don't worry. They say size doesn't matter.
And Getting Personal season premiere. Ow! It's a Wild Thing Friday, starting this Friday at 8/7 Central.
Welcome back to the Visa Halftime and the NFL on Fox. And boy, do we have a big afternoon in store for you. Right after your football game, it's a special edition of Fox Saturday Baseball as Mark McGwire makes his run at history. For a preview, let's send you out to St. Louis.
Thank you, Kevin Frazier. Here in St. Louis at Busch Stadium, from outside the Stan Musial statue to inside in our little perch here at the ballpark, getting ready to hopefully catch a glimpse of history here this afternoon. Along with my partners, Bob Brenly on my left, Tim McCarver on my right. Tim, we were here yesterday. We got a chance to see number 60 live and in person, and I think everybody's rooting to see number 61 and 62 today.
Well, Joe, when you think about it, the signature act in baseball and perhaps all of sports is the home run. And the way Mark McGwire is so locked in right now, he may not only eclipse Roger Maris's mark of 61 and 61, but Joe Bowman, who hit 72 home runs back in 1954. That was 44 years ago.
But that was Roswell, New Mexico.
That's correct.
And odd things happen there. Well, the odd thing to me that's happened around Mark McGwire, Bob Brenly, is the closer he's getting to Roger Maris's mark, seemingly the more fun he's having with all that goes into chasing this home run record.
Well, you know there's been a lot of pressure on Mac throughout this whole thing. He said he didn't want to talk about the record till somebody got to 50 by September. He blew right by that. Forget about it. But he really seems to have relaxed. He kind of accepts it now. He realizes that he's going to be a major part of baseball history, and why not enjoy it? I mean, this is something that baseball players dream about. Mark McGwire's living a dream.
Believe me, I've had a chance to talk to him. He knows exactly what he is doing and how important it is to the game of baseball. We all can't wait. Hopefully you can't either. The NFL on Fox continues after this.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
Add safety and security to your home with Sylvania from Menards. Longer nights are on the way. Be ready with 2 packs of outdoor flood bulbs, just $1.99 after rebate. Get extra protection with Chamberlain garage door openers with secure code anti-theft technology and automatic safety reverse beam to keep your family safe. Just $119 after rebate. Open the door to savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Go to the rodeo and you'll see Dodge trucks all over the place. That's because the kind of people involved in sitting on the back of a 2,000-pound bull that doesn't want you there aren't going to settle for anything less than an honest, get-the-job-done kind of truck. That's where we come in. We're Dodge. It just makes sense that some of America's toughest trucks are bringing you America's toughest sport.
The Simpsons, now also at 10 p.m. starting September 14th on Fox 29.
Too slow, you're out of shape. Fast, harder. Why can't you be perfect? Is that the best you got? You do that? Come on, Warren.
This is my shield against the heat.
This is my shield against the other team, the media, expectations, against the best and myself, against the opposition.
He'll never play in the NFL. He's too skilled. He's not like other quarterbacks. He'll never hold up. He'll never start. This is my shield. He's just an athlete against the noise.
The shield means you're for real.
Welcome back to the Metrodome in Minneapolis, where the Minnesota Vikings are leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at halftime, 21-0. And we invite you to make the call, to join us on the internet. And our question of the day is, which team will have the most rushing yards in the second half? You can log on to www.foxsports.com to answer the question. Right here, first half all belongs to Minnesota. Big plays. Big touchdown plays, a couple of big touchdown passes, and the pass interference penalty, and the Vikings take advantage and have the big lead.
Well, we said earlier that Randy Moss lets the quarterback throw the ball just about anywhere and he can make a play. He made 2 great adjustments, but then the quarterback got real hot, Brad Johnson, and he threw the ball right on the money, so the game's getting out of hand.
All right, welcome to the NFL, Randy Moss. Watch this move on Floyd Young.
He'll turn the corner around, little fake inside, back outside. Now Floyd tries to run and catch up, so he gets his hand on the ball. Does a good job knocking the ball out of there, but look at that concentration. Never quits looking for the football.
Second one, he beats Donnie Abraham, a pretty good cornerback.
This time the ball is thrown right on the money. Nice job by Brad Johnson. And Brad Johnson's reaction to throwing good balls this year, I don't know if I've ever seen him react any more than this.
Yeah, Brad Johnson back from the neck surgery. 8 for 12 in the first half, 131 yards, 3 touchdown passes. And Denny Green and Brad Johnson talking to us yesterday said he's ready and didn't want to answer any more questions about his physical situation. He's back. The numbers of the 2 quarterbacks real close. Dilfer hit his first 10, but
the 3 touchdown passes. Dilfer hasn't been able to get the Bucs in the end zone.
And I thought Dilfer had a touchdown. Put the ball right on the money, got it in the end zone. The receiver didn't hold it long enough, so it was ruled incomplete and ruled probably correctly.
Now, the Bucs have used that Rhino backfield a lot in this game. Lorenzo Neal, the fullback, and Mike Allstott, the tailback, on short yardage situations, but they really haven't gotten the first down on that play.
Well, I don't know why you'd bring in all your big, beefy guys and run wide. So when they're going Rhino, I think the mistake they're making, they're trying to carry the ball sideways. And the Vikings defense is small, but they're very, very fast, and they're running it down, and they're making Allstott's had 3 carries for minus yardage because they're running sideways.
Pam Oliver is downstairs on the sidelines. Pam.
Sam, I talked to Tony Dungy at halftime. He says he likes what they're doing on offense. He's satisfied that they're moving the ball, but feels like they're self-destructing on 3rd and 1. About the Moss factor, I said, what do you do? He says, we haven't figured that out just yet. Back to you.
And knowing Tony, thanks very much, Pam. Tony will come up with some way to defense Randy Moss. Great defensive mind is Tony Dungy, but what a debut for 21-year-old Randy Moss.
Well, Randy Moss is a rookie and doesn't realize why he's having so much success. One big reason is because of a running back named Leroy Horde. Leroy Horde came in and pounded the ball up inside, ran over some people, so Tampa Bay reacted, came out of the double coverage on Moss, brought the safety up. So Leroy Horde is one reason that Randy Moss is having a good day here catching the deep ball.
Randy Moss said he knows he lost some money by dropping down from the top 5 in the draft to number 21, but he figures down the road he'll make it up.
And what was interesting, we always ask the rookies with the signing bonus, what's the first thing that you bought? And Randy Moss said, I really didn't buy anything. Haven't bought anything yet.
Well, you know, the other factor, Jerry, I think, is he's come into a real good situation. Doesn't have to be the #1 guy. They've got 2 great receivers here in Chris Carter and Jake Reed.
Well, he's surrounded by a lot of good football players. He's surrounded by a good football team.
Mitch Berger to kick off for the Vikings. Riddell Anthony is deep for Tampa Bay as we start to see. And the strong leg of Berger puts Anthony 8 yards deep, and he decides to bring it out. In trouble. Gets away from Ramos McDonald. Couple of nice moves, gets to the 18. Late flag comes in. Brought down on the play by Mo Williams.
Well, a bad decision. The rule of thumb is 5 yards or deeper, stay in. Anthony was, as you called, 8 yards deep. When you come out 8 yards deep, you got a shot of being tackled inside the 20-yard line.
And it's holding against the Bucs, and that'll move them back further toward their own goal line.
Number 51 during the return.
Alshman Singleton, the man guilty of the holding for Tampa Bay. First half statistics. The rushing yardage, Vikings with a slight edge. The passing yardage is close. The total yardage is almost identical.
And the Tampa Bay has the clock, time of possessions, but has 0 touchdowns. And this big turnover ended up a touchdown immediately to Randy Moss. So Allstott, unfortunately, of all people, fumble on a reception and turn that into 7 points.
The Bucs start from their own 9-yard line with Allstott and Dunn in the backfield. Dunn in motion. And Dilfer throwing on first down. Fires to Bert Emanuel, his 6th reception of the game. Good start to his Tampa Bay career for the 5th-year wide receiver, Bert Emanuel.
Well, we wondered why they would pay so much money for Bert Emanuel. Maybe they knew a whole lot more about him than we did. Although this is a zone runoff, not very good coverage. Corey Fuller was just taking the deep route, turning the inside route over to other people.
Jerry, I liked him a lot in Atlanta. I thought he was a real good receiver. Could go deep, and he's started well. 6 catches, 74 yards.
And ran well after the catch in Atlanta.
Yep. On the delay, Warwick Dunn. Hit at the 25, falls forward. Orlando Thomas coming up from his free safety position to make the stop on Warwick Dunn.
And they like having Orlando Thomas back at safety. They missed him last year and think that's one reason why they were so bad on defense against the pass. And with Orlando there, they think they're going to be a whole lot better.
Vikings 29th against the pass in the NFL.
I was going to say 30th. Somebody was worse.
Yeah. I think it was the Raiders.
I know it was.
Patrick Hape, tight end in motion. On second down, the play fake. Dilfer looking, going deep, all the way downfield, incomplete. He overthrow Bert Emanuel. And Orlando Thomas was way back in coverage.
And he didn't have time to look. The safety bid on the opposite side, Robert Griffin took a bite, and he had the deep route open to the right side, but Trent Dilfer looked left. He was also open to his first read, so he let the ball go. But they really had two people open on that and just overthrew the long ball.
Orlando Thomas had a serious knee operation late in the '96 season. They feel he's close to 100% physically. Bucs 2 for 5 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and long. Blitz coming. Flags go down.
Woo. Robert Griffin was going to sack him.
Delay. Offense.
Didn't get the playoff in time.
Well, that helps Tampa Bay, because if Tampa Bay, if they would have got the ball off, they were sacked. They had them outnumbered. Had 4 people on the split inside, and Robert Griffin was running free, untouched.
Last season, the Bucs got off to a great start. Won their first 5 games, and it really carried them into the playoffs as they went 10-6. That first game of the season last year against San Francisco in Tampa, the Bucs winning gave them a lot of confidence and a springboard. Tough start to this season. 5 penalties for the Bucs in the game. 3rd and 14. Dilfer gets time. Finds Bert Emanuel.
What a throw.
First down. Emanuel looks like he may be shaking up a little bit. He's holding that left leg.
Now this ball could go through the car wash and not get wet. This ball has RPMs on it.
Bad news here.
Yeah, oh boy, they can't lose Bert Emanuel. Looks like left ankle. Grabbing his left ankle. Watch the velocity of the ball. This is a big-time arm. Guns it out of there. The route was easy, just a little quick slant. Fuller playing outside in the zone. See how that ball got there?
Oh, the left ankle.
Left ankle.
Twisted up underneath him. Emanuel being checked out. 13-11 to go, 3rd quarter. The Bucs down by 21 and maybe down their leading receiver.
You the flow charts? Yep. We can win this, Judy. Yeah. Let's get that account.
Great job on that paper jam.
Like I handle that toner.
I'm on it! Hey, boys, we got a pizza delivery to 212 Sycamore. Get cooking!
Everybody in the pizza business is looking for a way to deliver oven-fresh pizza. Domino's has a better idea. The new Domino's Heat Wave, the only delivery bag that's like a portable oven. Now Domino's pizza is hotter, bubblier, and more delicious than ever. Get a large with up to 3 toppings for just $9.99. Domino's, delivering a million smiles a day.
Let me tell you a story about the trucks that never sleep.
Got an early one, huh?
I better fill it up. It's the tough new line of Ford F-Series. With over 50 different models to custom fit the job. That's more than anyone else. And they all come with power you can count on. They're like some trusty sidekick in an old Western. Except this movie never ends.
See you tomorrow.
You can count on it. The Ford F-Series. The most powerful, most complete line of trucks ever built Ford top.
Pro football is a game of unabashed joy.
It's heavenly! It's wonderful!
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl.
On 1st down, Dilfer's pass is incomplete. Bert Emanuel had to be helped to the sidelines with the left leg injury. We'll try to get a report as quickly as possible.
Well, you never come to a Viking game that you don't watch 24 Robert Griffin. Robert Griffin is one of the finest hitting safeties. We've been talking about John Lynch. Guess what? There's 2 in this game that'll strike you as good as anybody in the league. Watch number 24 come over. Ball's here. He doesn't care. Look where he's going. And he will splatter that wide receiver. That's Robert Griffin.
Wide receiver is Carl Williams, replacing the injured Bert Emanuel. Dilfer on second down, fires and completes, and the ball pops loose.
He's down.
The tight end Dave Moore.
Oh, they're calling incomplete pass.
Said he never had possession. That's the second time we've seen that call in the game. Orlando Thomas in on the coverage. There is Bert Emanuel being wheeled to the locker room. And that does not look good at all.
And you got to watch Trent Dilfer. He's going to miss Emanuel. Watch him throw the football to Dave Moore, the tight end. Look at that. He's hurting. He knows he's in trouble. I hope it's just a sprain. Hope it's nothing serious. Watch his throw. This is what Trent's been doing all day. Look at that ball. Look at him throw that football.
3rd and 10. Dilfer fires through the hands of Carl Williams.
With that score 21-0, the way Dilfer's throwing, I would run the rest of the game in a 2-minute situation. Only chance you got to catch up. You could get beat 44-0, but who cares? If you got a chance to win it, I'd come back and play 2 minutes, Sam, and just say, let Dilfer throw the ball. Let's air it out.
It was Riddell Anthony, the intended receiver, on the play. Tommy Barnhart in to punt, his second of the game. David Palmer is deep for Minnesota, one of the best in the NFL.
Versus the best hang time in the NFL. Barnhart punt will stay up.
It's up there. Fair catch for Palmer at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota Vikings in control of the game, leading 21-0 after the punt by Tommy Barnhart.
Why is our company tagline a question?
I actually just started on Monday, so I really don't know.
Well, you can't make software better until you know what people want to do with it. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
What are kids really doing with technology, and why is it helping them learn?
And we've noticed you tend to do some pretty amazing things.
How can I make a computer easier for you to use?
Email's going to be like the telephone. You pick it up, you call somebody, you don't think twice.
Things we never would have imagined.
What if your computer could recognize your face?
In fact, we do our best work trying to keep up with your imagination.
I design software for people like my dad, my mother, my neighbors.
What gets you up in the morning? What are you passionate about?
It has to be for kids, for all different types of people to use it.
What if a computer could talk to you?
What if your computer turned on like a lamp?
So our tagline, in part it's an invitation to you, in part it's a question because we really need to know the answer. So we'll ask it again. Where do you want to go today?
The other day, Karen had to hurry to a surprise birthday party.
Honey, the doctor's on her way. Almost there.
So Karen didn't need any surprises from her car.
Just breathe. We need you to breathe easy.
Ford Taurus has billions of real-life miles behind it, and a reliable door-tech engine in it.
The doctor's here. The doctor's here. I hear someone's in a hurry.
And I know 2 people. Make that 3 people. And we're sure glad that she bought this car. Ford Taurus. It's built to last.
On King of the Hill season premiere, who's gonna die?
Will there be food at the funeral?
The season's biggest secret will be revealed. Fox Tuesday at 8/7 Central.
Baseball, specifically Mark McGwire, follows football today. A special edition of Fox Baseball Saturday in St. Louis. Joe Buck, Bob Brenly, and Tim McCarver standing by as Mark McGwire goes for number 61 and maybe even number 62. I got a feeling Vikes on offense, first time second half at their own 23-yard line with a 21-0 lead. Evans and Smith in the backfield. Play fake. Johnson throwing behind Jake Reed. Pressure on Brad Johnson that time. The word on Bert Emanuel from the sideline is a sprained ankle. He was taken to the locker room for x-rays. Here's how it happened.
Watch the left ankle. He actually sat down on his own ankle, didn't he? Sort of sat down when he got pushed, and you can tell he's in pain. Hope he's okay. Hope it's just a sprain.
Strong game for Bert Emanuel. 7 catches. Smith gets to the outside. He's got room. And he has brought down Charles Mincy, closed to stop him at the 47-yard line.
Well, if you're sitting in your living room, Get up on the edge of your couch because they're going to pull right at you. The Vikings offensive line is pulling, and they're going to run at you right in your couch. So get ready. You may have to shed a block, and Smith follows them. Here they come. They're coming around the corner. Randall McDaniel does the kick out. There's the center, Jeff Christie, and away he goes. A good job of following. Not many teams pull the center. Pull Jeff Christie and Randall McDaniel out around the corner.
25-yard pickup for Robert Smith. 3 wideouts in the game. Smith gets hit at midfield. Big hit on the play.
Wow. Lynch came in after this one. Now they're pulling David Dixon, the right guard. He pulls out around, and when the back Smith tries to cut back, him and Lynch make a heck of an impact. Watch the safety. He's going to walk up here. Safety's going to make the big play. 47, John Lynch. 71's pulling. Here comes Lynch. Wow. They're smacking each other. Hard hat day. How about Lynch's brother? He's in professional baseball.
He's playing A-ball in the San Diego Padres organization. Left-handed pitcher. Blitz on. And he got him. Down goes Brad Johnson. Whistle blew. The blitz works for Tampa Bay. Anthony Parker, the left corner, firing through to take down Brad Johnson. First sack of the game.
Not only that, the first time really quarterback pressure on either quarterback in this ballgame. Anthony Parker will come right through here off this side. Oh my gosh, it was Leroy Horde. He outdanced Leroy Horde. He didn't overpower him or run over him. He jukes him inside. He's going to juke him one way, and really it's called a matador. And matadored the protection of Leroy Horde.
Vikings at their own 41 have to get to the Bucs 42-yard line for a first down. See the Bucs last season with 44 sacks. And this is their first of the game. Vikings offensive line has done a great job. Johnson on 3rd and long. Lays it up there. It wobbles. It's an interception by Charles Mincy. Mincy bringing it back across midfield. And down to the Viking 45. First Minnesota turnover. That was a wobbly throw by Brad Johnson.
And they did blitz. They blitzed Brad. But the blitz is picked up. There's really nobody crawling all over the quarterback.
Johnson lets it go. Did that get touched by Anthony Parker? It might have been. He got pressure. Mincy with the intercept and the return. Bucs on offense when we come back.
When partying with your buds, be sure to choose a designated driver. It's the perfect pick-me-up. A message from your friends at Budweiser and O'Doul's.
Great party.
Good night, little buddy. Ooh, almost forgot.
Collect Snickers, wrappers, and watch TV September 20th. If you've got the Shop Zone MVP, you've got $2 million.
This is the Midas Gold Muffler. It comes with a Midas lifetime warranty, and it's now just $49.95, $69.95 for select imports. Let's review. Midas Gold Muffler, lifetime warranty, $49.95. Hurry, the price of gold has never been lower.
Let me tell you a little love story. Happened at this wedding. Groom's buddies all sneak out and do the usual number on the groom's car, right? There it was, the most perfect black Ford Mustang known to man. So right when Mr. Shaving Cream's about to pull the trigger...
I can't do it, man. What? Just can't do it.
I mean, it's a Mustang. It'd be like they're facing a national monument or something. Ford Mustang, built to last.
Need some ideas for your Labor Day weekend? Let's drink! Spend it in the 70s.
What is it with you young people in Colombo?
That 70s show tonight after The Simpsons on Fox.
22-yard return after the interception by Charles Mincy. Each team with 1 turnover in the game. Bucs good field position. They need points. On the play fake, Dilfer. Short over the middle of Alstad. Alstad is brought down by Dwayne Rudge, short of a first down. The Bucs getting that interception. Had 10 interceptions all of last season. That's something they've worked on, concentrated on in the preseason. They had 10 in preseason, so an important turnover. Trent Dilfer
Well, you get turnovers usually by pressuring the quarterback. That time the quarterback got his hand hit a little bit, but it's hard to pressure the quarterback without a blitz because the offensive line is so good for the Vikings.
2nd and 3 for Tampa Bay. Warwick Dunn. Oh, he's hit Ed McDaniel.
Ed McDaniel, wow. Middle linebacker used to play the weak side, would rather play the weak side. Doesn't like playing the middle linebacker, but he runs up through the one gap that he's responsible for. Here he is. This is his gap right here. Let's see if he runs through that gap. He actually came in there behind the center. Torrey Mayberry went to cut him off, and he jumped around to the weak side.
Well, this is what Tony Dungy told Pam Oliver. The Bucs were self-destructing on 3rd and short. Here's 3rd and short again.
Well, they've been running sideways rather than right at him.
Dilfer sends everybody out. And completes to the tight end. 1st down. Big hit by Torian Gray, the nickelback, but a big reception on the play by Dave Moore.
Wow, good throw, good catch, and as good a hit as you're going to find. Welcome to the NFC Central. This is what the Central is all about. You don't find this any better than you do in the NFC Central.
They're popping. 1st down Bucs. 22-yard line of the Vikings. Warwick Dunn outside. Little cutback inside the 15. Orlando Thomas there along with Corey Fuller to bring down Warwick Dunn.
The importance of wide receivers blocking. Rydell Anthony didn't stay on his block. If the wide receiver stays on the block, this Warwick Dunn can make long plays. And your wide receivers have to believe they're part of the running game. Bad job that time. Watch it. Watch 85, Rydell Anthony. I know how he's coached. Stay with him. Stay with him. Don't give up. Don't look back there. Don't be peeking. Finish the block.
2nd and 3 for Tampa Bay. Big series here. Dunn goes left side. Not much. Falls forward. Going to be close to a 1st down. There's Paul Gruber, who missed the last 4 preseason games, the left tackle, but he doesn't miss many regular season games.
He's as good as there is, and he missed some football. Got hurt in the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio, so missed all the rest of the preseason games.
The Bucs have been going with Jerry Wunsch at right tackle, replacing Jason Odom.
With the flu. Jason Odom woke up with the flu. I'm glad you didn't wake up with the flu. I couldn't do this without you, Sam.
I'm taking those vitamins. Keep me healthy. 1st down Bucs at the 11-yard line. Flag goes down. Dilfer gets away. Good, strong effort by Trent Dilfer to get close to the 5-yard line. Let's check out the flag. Against Minnesota.
How about Dilfer? Is he trying to win this football game? He's down 21-0, and he's going to do. He's spilling his guts trying to get in that end zone. Looked like a fullback. Looked like all-star.
Yes, he did. Dragged a couple of defenders with him.
There's half of Dennis Green. Look at this. 65 pounds from Dennis Green. Protein power.
Offside. 24. Defense. Still 1st down.
Robert Griffith, the safety, probably on a slot man. He's right here. Got a wideout out here. Oh, he left too soon. Got out of the woods too quick. Now you're going to love this. Watch this. This guy's trying to win the football game. He's running over people. Guess what? That's Ed McDaniel he just ran over.
1st and 5 for the Bucs. Their deepest penetration into Viking territory in the game. They must score here.
I don't like audible at the 5-yard line. Here's an audible at the 6-yard line.
Looking.
That's why I don't like it, Sam.
Yeah.
I don't like audible down there. There's too much crowd noise. We're not down there. When you get down the 10-yard line, that whole end zone, look at that crowd, Sam. All those people are trying to help the Vikings. They're screaming, and your audibles don't work down inside that 5-yard line.
It brings up a 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line. As Tony Dungy looks on.
Look at this crowd, Sam. Their job now is to make noise. Give your team a home field advantage.
Did you give them, some of those people, your tickets?
No, I had a hard enough time getting in myself. I only had one. Listen to this crowd, Sam. They're trying to help the Vikings.
Dilfer waiting for someone to get open. Nobody open. Dilfer runs. Look at the strength as he gets close to a first down.
Let me tell you what Dilfer was doing. I'm disappointed in the Vikings receiver. When he breaks out to the scramble to the right, the receivers quit running the routes. Nobody's trying to help him. Nobody's breaking clean. Watch in the end zone, and finally he says, I've got to do this by myself. He scrambles out to this side. There's nobody open. The tight end's covered. Woo! Everybody is covered. They got to get away. He's got to get away. He's not trying hard enough to get away. You're letting yourself be covered by Dixon Edwards. Come on. Help your quarterback.
Two tight ends in. Rhino backfield. On 3rd and 2. Flag goes down. Dilfer throwing to Lorenzo Neal. And let's check out the flag. He goes in for the touchdown. We'll see what the flag is. The Bucs are signaling touchdown.
Offside. 59. Defense. Lined up in the neutral zone. The penalty is declined.
Dilfer's down. Dilfer's on his knee.
Yeah.
They just went over to try to pick him up.
He got hit after he got rid of the ball. Limping a little bit. It's a touchdown to his former college fullback, Lorenzo Neal.
And he's got, you can tell the way he's walking, he's got a little hitch in his get along. Something happened. He's got the, looks like a knee brace on right there. Got a little hitch in his get along. He was laying down on the ground. One of his own players went over and got him.
What's that get along?
You know, he wasn't smooth.
Okay.
He didn't have that gait that you like in the Kentucky Derby.
All right. Michael Husted with the extra point, and the Bucs with a very important touchdown drive after the interception. It's 21-7.
Let me tell you a story about the trucks that never sleep.
Got an early one, huh?
I better fill it up.
It's the tough new line of Ford F-Series. With over 50 different models to custom fit the job. That's more than anyone else. And they all come with power you can count on. They're like some trusty sidekick in an old Western. Except this movie never ends.
See you tomorrow.
You can count on it.
The Ford F-Series. The most powerful, most complete line of trucks ever built Ford top.
I guess I didn't know. 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 I guess I didn't know.
MVP. Many factors will determine the outcome in the Snickers Shock Zone game. Some bent the rules.
Number 28.
Others lost their concentration. And then there was the infamous Siragusa straw incident. Collect Snickers wrappers and watch TV September 20th. If you've got the Shock Zone MVP, you've got $2 million. Who will it be? Whoever's left standing.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Ford, maker of vehicles that are built to last. By Snickers, who will be MVP? Play Snickers Shock Zone. By Nike. And by Coors Light, frost brewed to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Back at the Metrodome, Michael Husted set to kick off for Tampa Bay after the Bucs score on the Dilfer to Neal pass. Husted with a line drive kick taken by David Palmer. Gooch gets a piece of him, and Palmer down around the 20-yard line. Trent Dilfer was trying to walk off the injury as he was limping along the sideline. We have an update from the sideline. Let's go to Pam Oliver.
All right, Sam, the Bucs will be without their new favorite target, Gordon Emanuel. He has that sprained left ankle. He is out for the rest of the game. Back to you.
Thanks, Pam. And concern, of course, for Trent Dilfer after taking the hit.
We watched the trainers working on him, didn't we, Sam? We couldn't tell the team surrounding him if they're working on his left ankle or his left knee. They're still talking with him. And they did a good job of shielding him. We really couldn't tell you what's hurting, but something is. And we saw him laid out after the touchdown play, and his own teammates had to go pick him up.
Steve Walsh won the backup job.
And played better this year than he has in a couple of years as a back. Looked like he was back at Chicago.
Dilfer limping noticeably, now trying to run it off.
He doesn't want to come out of this football game. He's going in.
Yep.
He's going in the locker room. Going in with the trainers.
All right, so now the Bucs trailing by 2 touchdowns, have out with their #1 wide receiver out of the lineup. And the quarterback going to the locker room.
And one thing you said, that whole drive was Trent Dilfer. That entire drive, what?
His power.
234-pound runner, thrower, he did it all.
He was 3 for 4 passing, but a couple of hard runs down near the goal line. Bucs down 21-7, a little over 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Take a look at that play again. Dilfer on the run prior to the touchdown play.
I didn't see him hurt there, but I saw him hurt on the touchdown play.
Steve Walsh and Scott Milanovich battled for the backup role. Here's Dilfer coming out of the locker room.
Well, he's limping, though, isn't he, Sam?
Noticeably. On first down, Robert Smith gets a couple. Time for an NFL update. Let's go back to the studios in Los Angeles to Kevin Frazier. Kevin.
Guys, the Giants defense has come alive. Gus Farrat picked off by Michael Strahan. He rose 24 yards for the touchdown. Back-to-back possessions, back-to-back interceptions, back-to-back scores for the Giants. They lead 24-10.
That's Michael Strahan, defensive end, in a zone blitz. That's a defensive end backing off the line, making the interception.
Johnson dumping it off to Robert Smith. He's got a first down across the 30-yard line. Derrick Brooks and Jeff Gooch. The stop. Trent Dilfer on the bench, collecting himself. He is one tough guy, weighs close to 235, stands 6'5".
And he's not afraid to come after you. Your quarterback, you always have a chance to get better and improve if you have courage. And one thing he has is courage.
Vikings with 3 wide receivers in. Robert Smith going outside. Good tackle on the play by Derrick Brooks.
And the guards are pulling again around the corner. This is where they broke Robert Smith earlier. Follow the pull to Robert Smith's left side. Sit up in the living room, get on the edge of the couch. We're going to send some big linemen running right at you.
Pickup of 2 on the play. Stussy, McDaniel, Christie, Dixon, and Stringer, the offensive line for Minnesota. Robert Smith, 13 carries, 71 yards. Johnson sprinting out and throwing and completing to Chris Carter, who's out of bounds, short of a first down. Pam Oliver on the sideline. What about Trent Dilfer, Pam?
Well, Sam, the word from the Bucs is that Trent Dilfer has a sore calf. He's trying to work it out just in case Steve Walsh, the backup, is warming up. Back to you.
Thanks very much. Here's Trent on the touchdown play. Now, that was the play before the touchdown.
That's the play before he's trying to run over people.
All right. Calf, it's better than a sprained knee or sprained ankle.
Absolutely. Could even be a cramp. Could be a cramp in the calf.
Timeout, purple.
Vikings have called timeout. 2:46 to go, third quarter. The Vikings have a third down, and an important third down coming up.
Great. That tuna.
These AC Delco parts are about the most dependable you can buy. They should really help improve your performance.
Come on, they're all the same. I'll take some out of this bushel basket.
Okay.
AC Delco. No matter what you drive, if you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
I won't rest until every thirsty beer-drinking adult has a cold Coors Light in his hands. Rest is for the peanut vendors and the nacho guys. The folks who frost brew Coors Light, they don't rest until it's perfectly refreshing. And it's my job to get it to you that way. Oh, there's no rest for the bear man, not until every fan here is refreshed.
Joey, you ready?
I think everyone here is pretty refreshed, right?
Happy world. You need love, but you're afraid that if you give in, someone else will come along and suck it to your skin. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Oh, give it one more try before you give up on love.
Welcome back to the Metrodome. Our apologies. We missed the third down play. Brad Johnson's pass was incomplete. Mitch Berger getting away the punt, but there's a flag on the play. It was roughed up. On the return, Carl Williams to the 44, but this is going to come back to the Minnesota Vikings. Going to be a roughing the kicker penalty on the Tampa Bay Bucs.
And the Bucs had a shot at blocking the punt. If you touch the ball, you can run into the punter. If you miss the ball, you cannot touch the punter. They miss the ball and bang him around.
And this is going to be a first down for Minnesota. Big, big turn of events.
Running into the kicker, number 53, defense. First down.
Did not touch the ball, then you cannot touch the punter.
Shelton Quarles is the guy who ran into Mitch Berger. That's Mo Williams. Excellent special teamer for the Vikings, who's down.
A little blood, don't you see? Did you see it?
They're without, the Vikings are without one of their top special teams players already, and Harold Morrow, backup fullback, who's one of their leading special teams players. Mo Williams is okay as he goes to the sideline. Sixth penalty for the Bucs, and a big factor in the game. Next week, week 2 of the NFL season, and another big week and some important games already in the NFC Central. These Tampa Bay Buccaneers will go to Green Bay. The Vikings will go to St. Louis. The Bears play the Steelers. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. The late games, Dallas and Denver, and the Giants at Oakland. 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 Pacific. The NFL on Fox next Sunday. Glad you're with us for this one. Late in the third quarter, Minnesota with a 21-7 lead, but a big penalty here as the Bucs were about to get possession with some momentum going. Instead, the running into the kicker penalty allows the Vikings to maintain possession at their own 43-yard line. Leroy Horde, the lone setback. 3 wide receivers for the Vikes. Horde, strong run. Derrick Brooks stopped him at midfield, but a good run by Leroy Horde. Good start to the season for Leroy Horde.
Well, I always like Horde, but Horde's in the game. So when Horde's in the game, this was a safety, has to walk down to try to take the run. So Horde is causing him to go to one deep safety. And that's why I said earlier, the poor rookie Randy Moss doesn't realize he's having success because Leroy Horde is running up in there so strong. They go to one safety deep when Horde's in there.
Picked up 8 on the play. On second down, it's Horde again. He's got a first down the 45-yard line. There wasn't a big hole, but Leroy made it work.
If he was a featured back on most teams, everybody in the National Football League would know Leroy Horde. Because he's not featured, a lot of people forget about him. But if you're the defensive coach, you got to stop him. I think Trent Dilfer's trying to tell the coach, I don't want to come out of the game.
Yep.
I think he's saying, don't pull me, I want to play.
I think you're 100% right. Leroy Horde, 6 carries, 27 yards. Vikings first down at the Bucs 45. Everybody out. Horde on the short pass. And makes it into a first down inside the 30. Leroy Horde showing some versatility.
Well, we met with Dungy last night. What name did I ask him? What are you going to do with Leroy Horde? And Dungy looked at me. He goes, boy, he can pound the ball at you. And as I watched the film, that's the guy as a defensive coach. Both Dungy and I were old ex-defensive coordinators. we know Leroy Horde can hurt you because he can run over you.
Picked up 17 on the play to the Bucs 29-yard line. Now it's Robert Smith going outside, trying to find a hole. Not much there. Give you two different looks, don't they, the Vikings? Smith to the outside with some speed, Horde with power to the inside.
Well, they'll call inside running plays with Smith, but the minute it's closed or blocked out, Sam, he will bounce it immediately. Horde's like you and me. He's not going to bounce anything. He's coming up inside whether anything's there or not.
Time winding down in the third quarter. The Vikings have been kept off the board in the third, but they still have a 2 at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, where the Vikings take a 21-7 lead over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers into the fourth quarter. Pam Oliver on the sideline. Pam.
Well, Sam, the Bucs have amended their earlier injury update on Trent Dilfer. They say it's not a calf, instead that it's a thigh bruise. He just walked off the field and went into the locker room, yet the Bucs say he's still going to try to play today. Back to you.
Thanks, Pam. Right now, two key offensive players, Trent Dilfer and Bert Emanuel, hurting. Johnson gets out of trouble, throws, knocked away. Good coverage by Donnie Abraham on Chris Carter.
And a good job by Brad Johnson. It's an all-out blitz coming after, trying to make a play. All these people are going to blitz. Johnson scoots up inside.
Wow. How'd they miss him?
They missed him. What he did by moving up inside, the free man came out around to the outside. That was Chidi Ahanatu, was the guy that was forcing him to move up inside. The left defensive end. 3rd and
10 for the Vikings. Two wide receivers in. Charles Evans, the fullback, in motion. Johnson with time goes sideline and completes it, but way short of a first down.
Well, they're getting in the field goal range. That whole pass was to kick a field goal.
Jake Reed,
3.
Sorry, Jerry. Jake Reed with his first reception of the afternoon. And now the Vikes to try the field goal. Gary Anderson, who played last season with San Francisco.
I think he beat me one time in the playoffs. He's been around so long.
13 years with Pittsburgh, 2 with Philadelphia, and last year with San Francisco. And the first time in his career, he'll be kicking regularly in the Dome. This try from 43 is good. Field goal number 386 in the career of Gary Anderson. He holds the NFL record. Vikes lead 24-7.
Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
The German-engineered Volkswagen Golf. It fits your life, or your complete lack thereof. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
I just want to tell you what a great job you're doing. You're hardworking, solid, dependable. You make our pan pizza America's favorite pizza. You make sure the crust is always crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. Without you, this place is nothing. You are special. He's talking to the pan again. Come on. Give me a hug.
Now get up to 3 toppings or a Supreme Pan Pizza for just $8.99. That's $8.99. What more could you want? Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof.
There are times when it becomes a battle of will. When gaining ground means losing blood. When exhilaration meets exhaustion. When the vision of your goal is blurred only by the tears in your eyes. And either you have it in you, or you don't. Gatorade. Is it in you?
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By Gateway, let's talk about your gateway. By Pizza Hut, home of America's favorite pan pizza. And by the U.S. Navy. Navy, let the journey begin.
Viking fans have a lot to be happy about. Mitch Berger set to kick off. The Vikes leading 24-7. 12 plays, 55 yards, leading to the field goal. Gary Anderson with a 43-yard field goal. Berger kicking to Riddell Anthony, who's 3 yards deep. Trying to find a seam. He does. Good return by Riddell Anthony across the 30-yard line. Brought down by Chris Walsh.
If Chris Walsh didn't make that tackle, it was gone. Good play by Chris Walsh.
The kickoff man is Mitch Berger. Vikes with a big lead. Bucs on offense when we come back.
I never walk into a place I don't know how to walk out of. That's the first thing they teach you.
In a world of covert operatives, he was given an assignment.
This is what we're after.
I want 100,000 up front. I want another 100,000 when you get the case.
But there was more to the mission.
Get out of here. Walk away.
Than he ever imagined.
The girl sold us out.
Robert De Niro, Ronin, rated R, starts September 25th.
King of the Hill season premiere. Who's gonna die?
Fox needs me, although you can't tell by the way they treat me.
Find out Fox Tuesday at 8, 7 Central.
Steve Walsh, the backup, is in at quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Trent Dilfer hurting.
He takes a helmet right on the left thigh. It's not the first man. It's the next man. Look at right there, Sam. Right on the quad.
And that's the injury. There's Bert Emanuel, who suffered a sprained ankle. He caught 7 passes this afternoon. Steve Walsh, 10th-year man. And flags go down. False start against Tampa Bay. Steve Walsh, who was originally drafted by Dallas, played with New Orleans, Chicago, and St. Louis.
Had his best success in Chicago.
Snap. Number 83, offense. False start. Still first down.
The tight end Dave Moore moving. Steve Walsh in his 2nd season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And we said earlier his best preseason. He looked real good this preseason. Put the ball right where it had to go.
He's not going to throw the deep ball on you.
No, going to throw the timing patterns. Going to throw it to the right place.
He is from St. Paul, Minnesota. Went to high school in St. Paul. Warwick Dunn with the motion and the set. Walsh with a screen pass to Allstott, who was tripped up short of the 30-yard line. The Bucs in trouble, trailing by 17. Their starting quarterback in the locker room with a thigh bruise.
New
Their
wide
top
receiver.
wide receiver is down. The guy that they were counting on to give them some speed at wide receiver was inactive today. Jaquez Green, who was their first pick in the draft, a 2nd-round pick. So some problems early on for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dunn comes up. Flag goes down. Walsh to the sideline, incomplete. Intended for Riddell Anthony. Illegal use of the hands against Tampa Bay. So things going bad for the Bucs. Pam Oliver has an update on Trent Dilfer. Pam.
Sam, Trent Dilfer and the Bucs have thought better of him trying to return to this ball game with that thigh bruise. He is done for the afternoon. Back to you.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 61, offense. Still 2nd down.
The center, Tony Mayberry, called for illegal hands to the face.
Yeah, the excellent center they got. Wake Forest graduate. 300-pounder.
So bad news for the Bucs. Steve Walsh is in the lineup. They've got a solid guy as a backup, but their #1 guy, who was 17 for 25, Trent Dilfer, 207 yards and 1 touchdown, is out for the remainder of the game.
And Trent was trying to get that drive all by himself. He did an excellent job. Too bad he caught a helmet right on the thigh.
On 2nd and long, Walsh throwing incomplete. Got pressure, and the pass came up short.
And the pressure's going to come now on Walsh, going to come hot and heavy, down 24-7. Every play is going to be an all-out pass rush. Ooh, they're not going to give him any time.
John Randall was putting the heat on.
John Randall playing inside a tackle can still play. A lot of people think he should go to end, and I think he can play wherever he wants to play.
Bucs have to get to the 41-yard line for a first down. 5 defensive backs in for Minnesota. Walsh, pressure, got rid of it, flag goes down.
It's the John Randall show. You get up touchdowns, you get up 21 points, and the John Randall show will come alive. You can't block him one-on-one.
Vikings are just cutting loose. And the discussion continues.
Orlando Thomas getting the signal. We're turning this penalty down. We don't want it. Now they're saying, let us ask the coach.
Right.
Look at that. Coach, what do we do?
Meanwhile, Tampa Bay's punting unit is on.
On the offense on the play. Holding, number 74, is declined.
That's Paul Gruber.
Intentional grounding, number 4, is also a loss of down, and that penalty is accepted. 4th down.
All right.
Randall putting the pressure on. Number 93. Good power, rip underneath, got his arm underneath. Instant pressure on Steve Walsh.
Tommy Barnhart, 8 yards deep in the end zone. .1309 to go in the 4th quarter. And right now it's all Minnesota. Now we have another discussion amongst the officials as they want to make sure they got everything right. 4th down. Yep.
Yeah. Did you see Robert Griffin get in there? Tell me it's 4th down. I got to know if it's 4th down.
David Palmer is deep for Minnesota. Barnhart gets away a good kick. Palmer backpedals to the 37. Good coverage by the Bucs. And there's a timeout on the field. 12:57 to go in the 4th. And the Vikings with the big lead.
Joan London for Claritin.
In my line of work, you've got to be ready. Ready to hit your mark. That's why my doctor prescribed Claritin Ready tabs for my seasonal allergies. It dissolves on your tongue without water, so you can take it anytime, any place. 1 tablet means 24-hour non-drowsy relief from seasonal allergies, and it's safe for children as young as 6. There's a low occurrence of side effects, including headache, drowsiness, fatigue, and dry mouth.
Action!
Talk to your doctor about Claritin Ready tabs. Call 1-800-CLARITIN.
There are a whole lot of cereals that don't have a whole lot of whole grain. Of these leading cereals, only one is made with 100% whole grain, only Wheaties. So only Wheaties gives you 100% whole grain nutrition. Maybe that's why only Wheaties has Tiger Woods.
Whole grain makes the difference.
And 100% whole grain makes it Wheaties.
What were the skies like when you were young?
There were lots of stars at night, and when it would rain, it would all turn. They were beautiful, the most beautiful skies, as a matter of fact. The sunsets were purple and red and yellow and on fire. The clouds would catch the colors everywhere. That's neat because I used to look at them all the time when I was little. You don't see that.
Enjoy your Labor Day weekend.
What a cute little grill, Carmine. Oh, don't worry. They say size doesn't matter.
And don't get burned. Living in Captivity premieres Friday.
Here's Brian Kelly, a rookie, second-round draft choice. Now, when you come in the National Football League, you don't get to start. You got to play special teams. Here he is trying to cover a punt, sort of getting mugged. Now watch, he maybe get his little grabbing on him with a hold. Now plays over. He says, I did pretty good. No, not in the National Football League. Butler gives him a little bump. Brian Kelly, second-rounder, at the place.
Out of Southern Cal. They like him a lot. Feel he's learning the cornerback position, but he did a good job in preseason on special teams. Vikings from their own 44. Brad Johnson, in his return from the neck surgery, has had a good day. Robert Smith, the lone setback. 3 wide receivers in the game for the Vikings. Chris Carter in motion. Smith weaves his way across midfield. A first down at the Tampa Bay 45. Time for an NFL update. Let's go to L.A. and Kevin Frazier.
Guys, fireworks at Lambeau Field. Terry Fair returns a kickoff, 101 yards for the touchdown, but don't blink. On the ensuing kickoff, Roel Preston rumbles 99 yards. The Packers answer. They lead this game 31-19. Let's go back to Minnesota.
Roel Preston beat out Glenn Milburn, and there's a kickoff return for 99 yards. The Packers coming up with a big TD there to answer the Lions. That's some game. Packers will host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week. Minnesota will be in St. Louis. A lot of divisional games early. The Vikes are playing 4 divisional games in the first 5. The Bucs are playing 4 divisional games in their first 4.
I'd say this month's pretty important to the Bucs. I'll let you know. Remember that you said last year starting out 5-0. This year starting out kind of injured.
Total yardage close. Robert Smith breaks a tackle, picks up a couple on second down. A couple of big plays for Minnesota. A couple of big penalties for Tampa Bay.
And this is Robert Smith finding room. He's not breaking outside. Now he's running up inside, and Lynch has to come up from the safety position to stop it. Starts one way, gets away, and there's Lynch all the way up from the safety, face on face. Good hit, but they're spreading the field. They're 3 wides all the time, so Robert Smith or Horde, whoever's in there, has some daylight. Horde's in there now.
Good day for Robert Smith. No, it's David Palmer actually in there on third down. Here comes the blitz. The pressure, the pass is incomplete. Jake Reed was bumped by Donnie Abraham, but nothing, no flag on the play. Big time pressure from the corners.
And Brad Johnson had to bring this out. This is probably his ugliest throw. He had no choice. They're blitzing on the corner and the inside, and you can't turn loose a big man on him, and that's what happened to him.
Tyoka Jackson, number 97.
Yeah, Tyoka. Woo, he was going to hit him.
Mitch Berger.
Punt
back
block
in punt
on
formation.
Sam, they're trying to block this punt.
Last time they tried to block, they picked up a running into the kicker penalty. The ball is caught by the Vikings. Great job by Torian Gray down inside the 5-yard line. The Vikes are doing it all. No, that was Robert Tate. Excuse me. Got down in a hurry.
They come from different cultures.
Beach Boys.
Don't you ever touch a black man's radio, boy.
They play by different rules.
FBI, I need this motorcycle. Get up.
But on a case this big,
We're gonna get your daughter back safe and sound.
they speak the same language.
We can hang in my crib. I will show you my hood.
What the hell did you just say?
Jackie Chan. Wow. Chris Tucker. Rush Hour.
Which one of y'all kicking?
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, September 18th.
55. What'll it be?
We'll take some rice and...
Get some farf, too.
Yeah.
Now you can choose which teams you see every Sunday with DirecTV and NFL Sunday Ticket. There's up to 13 regular season games a week.
Price check on farf.
Hey, Brett. Hey, John.
So stock up on all your favorites. NFL Sunday Ticket. It's not on cable. See it on DirecTV. So what are you looking at?
Attention shoppers, now get $200 worth of programming when you get DirecTV.
Send your packages in 2 days with FedEx to lots of different places. You get lots of different prices.
Send your packages in 2 days with UPS to lots of different places. You get lots of different prices.
Send your packages in 2 to 3 days with Priority Mail to lots of different places. You get the same price. You know, $3.
So, what's your priority? Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Need some ideas for your Labor Day weekend?
Let's drink!
Spend it in the 70s.
What is it with you young people in Colombo?
That 70s show tonight after The Simpsons on Fox.
What a great day Gary Zahner's having. He's the special teams coach for the Vikings. He had all of his special teamers in new T-shirts for this game. Watch the play by Tate. Walsh is going to go by so he can catch the ball if it bounces. Tate can make the catch even though he's on the punt team because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers return man got out of the way, so it's legal to go in and make the catch. Great job by the Vikings punt coverage team.
Hey, Gary Zahner still wants to know why you didn't hire him.
He was selling Hondas when I interviewed him.
Warwick Dunn is stopped. As the Bucs starting deep in their own territory with time running out. Just under 11 minutes to go. If you joined us late, Tampa Bay with two big injuries in this game. First was Bert Emanuel, who had caught 7 passes, sprained his ankle. He's on the sideline with an ice bag. There's Bert. And in the locker room is Trent Dilfer with a thigh bruise after throwing a touchdown pass. He was actually hurt on the play prior to the touchdown pass. And the Bucs comeback efforts have been stalled. Walsh throwing to the sideline and completing up around the 13-yard line to Carl Williams. Williams replaced the injured.
And Walsh did a good
Emanuel.
job getting this out. Watch this, Sam. Derrick Alexander, the left end, is going to start up and come right underneath Paul Gruber. Up and under. Good pressure. The back had to sneak in there, Warwick Dunn, and help out, or really there was an instant sack by Derrick Alexander.
Good for a first down for Tampa Bay at the 13-yard line. Patrick Hape, the tight end, sets on the right side. Everybody out. Walsh completes up across the 25-yard line. Looks like another first down. Again to Carl Williams.
Well, Steve Walsh got a little smile on his face because he got away with one, almost intercepted. They're working on Hitchcock, but when they come inside, you're going to find, oh, he almost got it. He drove the route inside, and the safeties came over and made the tackle. Jimmy Hitchcock was playing, trying to make a big play at the right corner.
Bucs have 2 tight ends in the game. That was a 12-yard pickup. Walsh checking off at the line of scrimmage. Allstott, the lone setback. Blitz coming. Pass behind Williams. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. Robert Griffith blitzing from the outside.
Not that crisp RPM ball coming inside that Trent was throwing. This ball is a little slower and behind the receiver. And he can't reach back and get it. Carl Williams trying to reach way behind him. Couldn't make the catch.
Bucs felt that they were deep at the wide receiver spot, but a couple of injuries have left them thin right now. Walsh with some pressure to the tight end Patrick Hape up to the 32-yard line.
And that was a nice throw, Sam. That's the best throw Steve's had. He got set. Could see the tight end turn inside. Watch the ball come out. Hape makes the play. Here's his best throw. Tight end right on the same number. They all stand on the same hash. The quarterback and the tight end. Easy throw, but he puts the ball where it's supposed to go.
Hape, second-year tight end out of Alabama. Steve Walsh 4 for 7. On a third down, an important third down play for the Bucs.
All-out blitz.
And he's got a man. It's Riddell Anthony for a first down up to the 44-yard line.
What a great job by Walsh. They brought the blitz. They came after him. He didn't get flustered. He knew where the open man was going to be. Nice job of keeping your composure. Rookies can't come in and do that, Sam. That's why your backup, you'd like to be an old veteran, somebody that's been in the trenches and has seen all these things 2 or 3 times.
12-yard pickup on the pass to Riddell Anthony. A lot of short stuff, but thus far working. Now the delay, Warwick Dunn. Grabbed on the ankle by John Randall, who pulled him down at about the 47-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play. John Randall's been kept fairly quiet by the Bucs offensive line.
Well, they said they'd know where he lines up every single play. Their whole call, they find him and decide how they're going to pass protect.
Ball goes sideline, incomplete. Intended for Bryce Hunter, number 88, first-year man out of Georgia, just in the lineup.
How would you like to be coaching in the NFL? John Randall sitting in your office with his mother, wants to come as a free agent, wants minimum wage, and you can't get your team to sign him, and you're the head coach.
And who is that?
Wow.
Oh, sounds like a
death
Jerry
wish somebody gave me.
Glanville story to me.
There I was.
Oh man. John Randall has developed into one of the best in the National Football League.
Oh, ran out of time. Delay a game.
Delay. Offense. 9th penalty of the game for the Bucs.
That one was on the quarterback.
Bucs have been on the road, 5 preseason games on the road. They'll start this season with their first 2 games on the road. Finally play a home game in week 3 in their new stadium.
Brand new stadium. They say it's really special. Got a pirate ship in one end zone where you and I are going to call a game from. Steve Walsh can see the time clock in the end zone. Now he's calling out the protection. Steve's calling out the blitz. 57. They're all looking at Rudd.
3rd and 12. Walsh for Hunter, and it's wrestled away by Jimmy Hitchcock. Across midfield. A chance to go, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Hitchcock was waiting to get inside. Remember, the last inside cut, he tried to go for the pick. The safeties covered him up, made the tackle. This time he gets in there quicker and makes the interception. Once Walsh came in, he knew he was going for the inside interception. It'll be off to this side. Watch to the left of your screen. Look at him drive in there and pull that ball away.
Oh, man. Strong play. 38-yard return for Jimmy Hitchcock.
He was there first, wasn't he? He knew where the ball was going. And he knew he was going to get inside. And if I was a quarterback, I wouldn't have done that, because the last time the quarterback tried that, Steve Walsh, he almost got it picked off.
On first down, Robert Smith gets to the 20-yard line. Second turnover of the game for the Bucs. Mike Allstott fumbled in the first half, and the Vikings recovered and marched down for a touchdown. Here, Jimmy Hitchcock. He knew that he'd be tested.
He knew from the last play, and he had confidence if he did not intercept it, his 2 good safeties, Orlando Thomas and Robert Griffin, would make the tackle. They covered him up the last time that he went for it. This time he went for it and got it.
Charles Evans and Robert Smith in the backfield. The play fake. Johnson looking. Throws short to Chris Carter. Almost lost it, and then he's pulled down by John Lynch.
Earlier, I called John Lynch Mike Lynch because I do preseason. I do 2 preseason games with a Mike Lynch up in Boston.
Oh, okay.
So if I call him Mike, I think I'm still doing preseason. But this, you can tell by the hitting, this is no preseason game. This is a real ball game.
A good game for Brad Johnson.
Especially after all he had to recover from, had to learn how to throw the ball all over again. Got engaged, going to get married in October. Great guy.
3 wide receivers. David Palmer, the lone setback. On third down, Johnson with time. Deep in the end zone for Carter. Touchdown!
I don't know how Brad Johnson got that ball in there.
4 touchdown passes for Brad Johnson, ties his career high, and it's the second of the game.
Look at the smile
for Chris Carter.
He's got a bunch of new friends. I don't know how he got it in there. That was a great throw.
Gary Anderson's extra point is good. The Vikings have blown it wide open. 31-7. Chris Carter now with 91 career touchdown receptions.
The quarterback's going to roll to your right. It's designed to come out. A little reverse pivot. Now it's Brad Johnson. He's looking. Looks to the back of the end zone, all the way to the back. And there's the touchdown by Chris Carter. Once the quarterback scrambles, you've got to cover your baseline. That's called the baseline. Wow. Threw it over the top of Floyd Young and got over there behind John Lynch. And Brad Johnson ties his best day as a pro.
Well, he has been pumped all afternoon, and his passes have been on the money. And the one that was intercepted, I'm convinced that Anthony Parker got a piece of his arm.
Good point.
When he released. Chris Carter, what a career he's had. For a couple of weeks, he was the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL.
Didn't last long.
Then Jerry Rice got his money. Chris said it was nice for a while, but Jerry deserves to be the top guy. 18-yard touchdown pass, Johnson to Carter. After the interception by Jimmy Hitchcock. That's another thing the Vikings have done. They've turned the turnovers into points. Carter, 5 catches, 31 yards. Started the game 7th on the all-time reception list. Riddell Anthony is deep. And Mitch Berger to kick off. A great start for the Vikings. Berger's kick to Anthony, 2 yards deep. Trying to find an opening. Got away from Mo Williams, then got hit by Kylie Wong, and then taken down. Wong, the defensive end out of Southern Cal, turned linebacker. Long leg of Mitch Berger. Well, when football is over, we're sending it to baseball in St. Louis. Joe Buck, Tim McCarver, Bob Brenly standing by as Mark McGwire goes for the home run record, looking for number 61, special edition of Fox Saturday Baseball, the Reds and the Cardinals in St. Louis. McGwire sitting on 60 after he hit the home run down the line yesterday. And I just have this hunch, Jerry.
You think they're going to hit 2?
I think he's going to hit 2. I really do.
4 wides.
Walsh outside to Anthony. Stays in bounds, cuts inside, looking for some yardage. And down at the 26. I don't know about staying in bounds there, Jerry. Time running out. Late flags down.
All right, this was a double slant, double die. Fisher's getting after Rudd.
Rudd was one of the first men out of the locker room today. He was jumping up and down the pregame warm-ups. A little over 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. As Johnny Greer talks things over. Vikings in St. Louis next week. Bucs in Green Bay. Johnny?
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness.
57.
Number 85. Offense. Still first down.
Riddell Anthony.
Wow.
I guess he got upset over the tackle. Something happened. Anthony lost his cool and gets the foul.
The way the officials were grabbing Rudd, he must have made the penalty on Rudd, and they were making sure that Rudd, the outside linebacker, did not retaliate, because I saw the officials grab the Vikings outside linebacker number 57, Dwayne Rudd.
Take the ball back to the Tampa Bay 13-yard line. Disappointing day for Tony Dungy. Quarterback lost for the entire 4th quarter. His top receiver lost earlier in the game. Oric Dunn brought down across the 15-yard line. Ed McDaniel, the leading tackler on the Vikings last season, and already starting well today. Bucs have had 11 penalties in the game.
That's more than what they usually get in it. They're not that heavily a penalized team.
Something you want to eliminate right away. Steve Walsh out of Miami of Florida. There's a supplemental draft pick, first pick in the supplemental draft by Dallas. Went to New Orleans, Chicago, brief stay in St. Louis. Outside, knocked away. Good coverage by Jimmy Hitchcock on Bryce Hunter. There's that matchup again. Hitchcock won last time. They tried him again, and this time he batted it away.
Well, this time they tried the out route, and he was driving the out route. He, being Jimmy Hitchcock, the corner, as quick as Hunter. He's got all kinds of confidence, even though he's playing way off. He's into his back pedal. He reads the route. Now he's driving before Hunter does. Gets his hand out. He's looking for number 2. By number 2, I mean his second interception.
Home openers, Minnesota, pretty good. 10 of their last 11. Lost last season to Tampa Bay here. Walsh on 3rd down. Flushed out, down he goes. Tony Williams. He comes in nickel situations as the pass rusher when Jerry Ball goes out. Second-year man out of Memphis.
And they like him a lot. They think in his second year, he's about as good as John Randall was in his second year. Now, will he grow and be as good? Nobody knows. But that was a coverage sack. No place to go with the ball. Walsh held the ball, and the pressure got there.
Tommy Barnhart got it away under pressure. David Palmer at his 48 spins. Trying to get outside. The Bucs got him. Big collision. And down around the 48-yard line. 44-yard punt for Tommy Barnhart. There's a flag down on the 18-yard line of the Tampa Bay Bucs. Check that out. Today's game is produced by Jeff Gowan, directed by Joe Assetti.
That's 2 good ones.
The associate director.
Holding number 24 during the kick.
Always have to let Johnny give his call. The associate director, Jacob Ullman. Technical producer Marvin Kale. Studios produced by Nancy Bernstein, directed by Peter Bleckner. Associate director was Lynn Hermstead. The senior producer is Bill Brown. The executive producer of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Our spotter Gary Lynn. Our statistician Emmett McGuire. And a good start to the season.
Well, you
Minnesota Vikings.
You got the best spotter and the best technician. What, statistician, is that what you call them?
We call them statters.
Statters
and spots.
You got statters and spots. You got the 2 best in all of football.
Vikings take over at their own 37-yard line with 3:21 to go. Brad Johnson has had himself a great day.
This is just 3rd down passing, 6 for 10 with 2 touchdowns. Not a bad 3rd down quarterback.
Here's your man, Leroy Horde.
Well, now's
a couple on the play.
Now's the time, Sam, to pound the ball, eat the clock with Leroy. They'll try to just keep the clock going, keep running the big man in there.
The story of the first half was Randy Moss. He's been quiet in the second half as the Vikings haven't gone too much toward him. But in the first half, 4 catches, 95 yards, 2 long touchdown catches, 148, 131. Quite a debut in the NFL for Randy Moss, who is in and wide to the left side. Jake Reed wide right. Evans and Horde in the backfield. Play fake, and Johnson looking deep for Jake Reed, and he's got it. He dropped it. He had it and dropped it. And he's shaking up on the play.
And did he run that ball down? That ball was so overthrown, it looked like he had no chance. And he extended himself. Looks like he got shook up, hurt on this play. But he runs down an overthrown ball. Jake Reed to the outside. Little restart, little skip to the outside. He's running hard as he can. Wow, look at that.
He lands right on the football.
Landed on the football.
Midsection landed right on the football, and it popped loose. Reed shaking up on the play. Jake Reed and Chris Carter each have had 4 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
So what did they need? They needed another wide receiver to come in. He got those 2, so what do? They go get Randy Moss. And Randy said it best last night to you and me. He said, maybe this is the best place for me because the other two wide receivers are so good that they can't even pay a whole lot of attention to me, Randy Moss.
Chris Carter has come off the sideline to check out his buddy, Jake Reed. You're looking at Randy Moss right now. That's the numbers on two of the best in the NFL, Chris Carter and Jake Reed.
Batman and Robin, the dynamic duo.
And right now, Chris Carter is looking at Jake Reed.
We got to take that picture, move it over, and shove another picture in there. And the Three Musketeers, counting Randy
That's
Moss.
what's happening.
It's going to be the Three Musketeers all year. His face will be in there with those other two starting next week. And he's up.
Yep.
What a crowd, huh? This crowd ready or what?
Look at Chris Carter. That's something. That tells you something, what he feels for his teammate right there. And helping Jake to the sideline. I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him or maybe the ribs came up sore as he landed on the ball.
He's a little wobbly.
Robert Tate, number 83, has come in. Chris Walsh, number 81, also in at wide receiver, along with Randy Moss. Johnson on third down. Dumps it off to Leroy Horde. Makes one miss, but the Bucs get him and bring him down. Brian Kelly, the rookie cornerback, was there to make the stop. Vikes are short of a first down. We'll have to punt it away. As we come down to the 2-minute warning in the game, where the Vikings never really threatened. They got the lead. They were up 21-0 at the half. The Bucs started to come back, got a touchdown, but roughed the kicker. And that was a big turning point. Big penalty in the game. Jake Reed being checked out on the sideline. End of the
2-minute warning.
The 2-minute warning.
Fox NFL Sunday, brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that every Miller Lite is so ready to drink.
I feel a presence. Harold, is that you?
Are you concerned about losing more hair? Do you wonder how much further it will go? Do you wish you could do something about it? Well, now there's a pill for men with certain types of hair loss. Introducing Propecia. In clinical studies, the vast majority of men, 83%, maintain their current hair count, and most, 66%, regrew some hair. Take it daily and you could see results in as little as 3 months. Propecia is for men only. A small number of men experience certain sexual side effects. Each occurred in less than 2% of men. Women who are or may potentially be pregnant must not use it or handle broken tablets because of the risk of a specific kind of birth defect. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist and read the consumer information they can provide. Propecia, helping make hair loss history.
Good night, little buddy. Oh, almost forgot.
Collect Snickers, wrappers, and watch TV September 20th. If you've got the Shop Zone MVP, you've got $2 million.
What's better than Friday? Sunday with the in-laws. An all-new Holding the Baby tonight before The Simpsons on Fox.
After the final gun, we go from football to baseball in St. Louis as Mark McGwire goes for the Roger Maris record. He's got 60. Mitch Berger kicks it away. Carl Williams takes it at the 16. Vikes have it covered. Flag goes down. So does Carl Williams at the 20. Another flag in there. 2 flags on the play. We'll get that checked out. 39-yard punt for Mitch Berger. As they discuss the penalty.
Illegal blocking the back during the return. Number 50 of the receiving team. First down.
And I think that's their number 12 penalty for the Tampa Bay
sir. That's one of the bad things. The other bad thing, Couple of key injuries. Trent Dilfer goes down with the thigh bruise, and Bert Emanuel went down earlier with the sprained ankle after catching 7 passes. Bucs from their own 11-yard line with 1:48 to go in the game. Steve Walsh in at quarterback. That's Jerry Ellison in at running back, replacing Warwick Dunn. A couple of yards on the carry for the Bucs. Was the 7th reception for Bert Emanuel. He came up with a sprained ankle. This is right before the Bucs touchdown. Dilfer is hit by Pete Bursich, number 56, helmet to the thigh bruise.
And that changed not only this game. You hope they can be well enough to come back and play next week, because that could change their whole season if they can't get healthy.
Next week they're going into Green Bay. Last look, the Packers were leading the Lions at Lambeau Field. Ellison squirts through for a couple of yards up to the 16-yard line. Under a minute to go in the game. Pete Bursich made the stop. Warwick Dunn kept pretty quiet. Once the Bucs fall behind, different game for them.
Especially when you fall behind without Trent Dilfer. I was proud of him when they were behind, that he fought in that one drive you brought up earlier was mainly his drive. He was throwing or running. He was the guy making the big play.
He led him back. And it looked like they were mounting the comeback. They got to 21-7. They stopped the Vikings, forced them to punt. But on the punt, they were called for roughing the kicker, running into the kicker. Gave the Vikes a first down. Ellison, not much there. Short of a first down. And the clock winds down. Tony Dungy will go across to his former head coach, Dennis Green. Congratulations around. A good start for Dennis Green and the Minnesota Vikings. Congratulations in order for Denny Green. A big week for him. For Tony Dungy, who's got to get his team regrouped for week 2 in Green Bay after a rough start with a lot of injuries. For Randy Moss, what a brilliant debut in the NFL. 4 catches, 2 for touchdowns, and some just beautiful catches.
Well, we may be looking at the Rookie of the Year, and it's early to say that after one game, but I don't see how his skills are ever going to diminish. And with Brad Johnson throwing the football, it's going to be hard for him not to be a big factor in the league.
Pam Oliver's on the field. Pam.
All right, Sam, thanks a lot. Brad Johnson, millions of questions about your health today. You came out and had one of your best statistical games of your career.
I've been blessed. I didn't know if I'd ever make it back. The way the long offseason went for me, and I got my strength back. I don't know if I played a great game. I think we had big plays today. I had a lot of protection. Our defense gave us a lot of, they turned the ball over for us, and we had great field position, and we made plays today. So it was a lot of fun for us.
What are the possibilities with this offense? Randy Moss came out here and looked like he definitely belonged.
Randy's a man amongst boys at times. Athletically, he's got all the skills in the world. Once he figures out the system and keeps learning, keeps working, he's going to be unbelievable. He's still learning under Chris and Jake, and it's fun to play those guys, not because they make so many plays, but because they work so hard in practice, and they come out here and do the same thing.
Congratulations, and congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's go back to Sam.
Thanks, Pam. The Minnesota Vikings, with Brad Johnson throwing 4 touchdown passes, win it 31-7. We'll be back in just a moment.
Making